right there. So let me
that's
go
a
ahead and
big
give you
deal.
a breakdown, right?
You fresh off the PJ top left?
Fresh off the PJ, walking straight into PC.
This game, we watched the Celtics game last night, man.
We had him and then we lost him.
We watched it. We watched the Celtics game last night. How do you feel about Darvin Ham and the job he's done under the circumstances based off what you saw last night? Because a lot of people have been critical of Ham, man. And I think that in the circumstance and the situation he's in, it's hard to like coach egos and coach a team like that. But to be able to, like, when everybody said the locker room quit on you and stuff like that, to be able to overcome and come through like that, how do you feel on that, Shaq?
I mean, I'm different. I always side with the coaches, and I always wasn't like this. I feel like when you got a team like the Los Angeles Lakers and you got a player like LeBron James who dictates about, let's keep it a buck, no pun intended, about 90% of the things that happen on that court, it's hard for me to even give Darvin Ham a shot, to be honest. Like, if I'm drawing up a play and you rolling your eyes, and here's my thing with LeBron. I've always been a LeBron guy, but what he's done in the waning years of his career, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's always a narrative that got to be pushed. It's always somebody else's fault, and there's very little accountability in interviews, in body language on the court. It's always somebody else, and I hate guys like that because it bleeds into the locker room. And then you get a situation like yesterday, like me being a role player in EuroLeague. I wasn't always a role player. I was in Champions League, Euro Cup before I got to EuroLeague. I was always top 3 in scoring, whether it was a Turkish league, whatever league I was in. But then I understood I had a role. But some of my favorite games where I feel like I can showcase my talents is when the main guys are out. I look forward to them games. And that's what you see, like Reeves taking over like that, because he like, it's no pressure. It's taking off. And the person that is facilitating that pressure is LeBron James. And we just got to keep it real. It ain't like what y'all want to fault Darvin Ham for? He ain't out there turning the ball over. Like the NBA, like, yeah, you run plays. The last 6 to 8 minutes of the fourth quarter is very important. I give you that. But a lot of situations leading up to that is predicated on what the star players do. And Tiggy, you said it best, I think like a month ago when I was listening. Star players get paid star player money to be star players. Role players are role players. They don't have to come up and show up, and they're not expected to do that every single time. Just because they shoot 40% from 3 or 45, they're going to have bad nights. They're shooters. That's what shooters do. But when you a guy like LeBron dominating like you are in this year, with Anthony Davis, to me, it's no excuse. We blaming Darvin Ham. That's insane to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, bro, they said the locker room quit on him. And that bothered me, Shaq. Like, to say the locker room quit on him, and then to watch what happened last night, that showed me the complete opposite of a locker room quitting on him. Because to me, if you wanted to hang Darvin Ham, last night was the night to do it. If the bench wanted to hang him, Shaq, they could have all quit, went out there and got blown out by 50. And people will say, oh, well, the Celtics,
I swear they could have.
Man,
easily.
The Celtics got beat last night, bro. I don't know if you watched that game, Shaq. They got straight up beat. They got straight up punked last night. That was the game where they got hit in their face early in the game. Vanderbilt came out and did his thing. D'Lo, he wasn't hitting shots, but he massively just orchestrated that game. Like when you don't have to worry about, if I'm getting traded tomorrow and all this other stuff, you just balling, bro. Like, and I just saw something beautiful with that team last night, and to hear all the slander for these role players and the guys on the team and stuff like that they've been getting, bro. I just felt like that was wrong for the way Darvin Ham has been treated since he's been with the Lakers, being under the circumstances that he's been under with the roster construction, with, having to deal with the egos, because it ain't just LeBron James, it's all the superstars in the league. At some point in time, you got to deal with the egos. It's been Kobe like that. It's been Mike like that. Phil had to go to these guys and say, hey, look, you got to do it like this. Showtime, Phil had to go to Mike and say, Mike, the way you playing, we're not going to win like that. You had to do this. So when you're talking about managing egos and stuff, my whole specific thing was the way people treat Darvin Ham, bro, it is so bad, bro, because when you're dealing with superstars like that, bro, at the highest level, I don't think people understand how hard it is. And for him to go in there and do that last night, when they were ready to hang him last night after that game, Shaq, they get beat by 60 or 40 last night, bro. I think he's out of there, bro.
It's over.
And for him to come up there and do that last night, Chilltown, man, that kind of touched my heart, man, because it showed me that guys didn't quit on that dude, though. Them dudes in that locker room didn't quit on that dude, bro.
When you play with when you play with better players, more times than not, you're going to be better. But on the flip side to that, you're going to have to sacrifice some of your game. So we're not going to see all of your game all the time. And when those guys aren't on the floor, you get unlocked. And D'Lo yesterday, Austin Reeves yesterday, they look like they got unlocked. Jackson Hayes looked like he got
chill.
unlocked.
With D'Lo though, what unlocked them? The trade rumors. When you're back against the wall and you got to fight, and that's the ticket's point of, hey, listen, if those guys wanted to quit, I promise you they easily could have. But they're trying to speak new volumes to, hey, we don't like the way things are being run, whether it's LeBron James, whether it's favoritism, whatever it may be. And I see people in the chat talking about the lineups. Like, here's the thing. If you don't have players that's not going to buy into your scheme, you don't have a choice. You don't have a chance from Jump Street. For instance, last year, we go to the EuroLeague Championship. We lose on a buzzer beater. We should have won. It is what it is. But this year, okay, we up and down. Like, and I play for a team where if you lose, it's low-key a funeral. And the whole country agrees. Like, it ain't for play. But the way
Shaq really played for the Lakers of Europe. He won't say it.
No, it's nuts.
It's
nuts.
It's like that. If they win,
I'd be scared to come up here. It's pressure. It's always pressure. I've been here long enough to, I'm solidified to where I can kind of move how I want to and do what I want. But at the same time, we got a bunch of new players. And my main thing is when they in the locker room chirping, and it's young guys, old guys, guys that want to get buckets, guys that want to get new contracts, guys that's coming over from the NBA, guys that want to go back to the NBA. But at the basis of getting there, you have to buy into what the coach is doing, or else it's a fault to everybody because we got to play you. Y'all $1 million players. How we not going to play y'all? So Shaq, but if y'all don't buy in, what can we do?
Shaq, to you and Ox and all y'all, I guess I want to ask y'all this, and Mars, you too, all y'all chill. How do you evaluate a coach like this then? If you're in this type of situation, like, okay, let me give you an example, right? Like, take Mars' team. Mars' team is the Houston Rockets. Ime Udoka, he's going to have control of that team because when he walks in, he's the main guy on that team. Like, he's the one that's been to the NBA Finals. None of those dudes outside of Jeff Green have won a championship. So he's they're gonna have to respect him from day one.
Family.
But when you go into a team with superstars like what Darvin Ham did or what Adrian Griffin did, how can we really evaluate whether a coach is doing a great job or not? Because, for example, you said somebody in the comment section said lineups, but those same lineups, it's trickier, isn't it, to play different lineups around LeBron and AD? Because, like you said, guys have to change their game when they're playing with these guys. So how is it that you evaluate a coach based off of when you have superstar players like that, and everything changes when you have to play around them?
If LeBron doesn't agree with you, you're done. You're cooked from the start, from Jump Street. How do you even start the car? If he's showing bad body language, if he's alluding to things in the locker room, and I'm not saying that he is, but just based off of what the cameras can capture, everybody wants to point to the coach, and not one person wants to hold LeBron accountable. I don't understand. Who in the chat wants to hold LeBron accountable? He's the person out there hooping. He's the person out there breaking away plays, making own decisions. When do we hold him accountable? And I'm a LeBron guy. But to sit here and just blame Darvin Ham because of schemes, man, get the hell out of here. I get it, though. I get it. Like, okay, could he do better? Everybody could do better, to be honest. But for us to sit here and call for a man's job like Darvin Ham in LA, come on, it's just a revolving door. Yeah, every single year is the same exact thing.
Ox, for example, look at Mike Brown. Mike Brown coached LeBron, but since he's got away from LeBron, man has a coach of the year. Look how he's able to really coach his team. And now it's like, I feel like we can really evaluate him better when he's not under that type of where you got to deal with superstar type talent like that. Now, at some point in time, I think you should have to be able to coach that level of talent. But I'm saying, like, it's easier for us to evaluate Mike Brown as a coach right now versus when you have those guys. Because like Shaq said, it's difficult, Chilltown and Mars, when you got guys that have more flex than you in the locker room, bro, and you the coach. It used to not be like that.
So the Mike Brown
point, I'm about to get to the super chat.
Okay, so to Mike Brown's point, Mike Brown won Coach of the Year with James also. So that's number one. Number two, he's always been scrutinized. This is not something that's new. This isn't something where we're just coming up now and saying, yo, he needs to take more blame. He had to take more blame when he was in Miami. He had to take more blame when he went back to Cleveland. He had to take more blame when he left and went to Los Angeles. He had to take all the blame for all of this, just like he gets all the credit when they win. So it's not like he's getting all the credit when they win and we're just going to look past him when they lose. In fact, When they lose, he's the one who's everybody's looking at. Why are we not winning?
No,
Why?
That's not true. Not this year.
Okay,
those expectations aren't placed upon Brown like that. It's everybody around him. I'm with you on every other season, though.
And you know why, you know why, Shaq? The reason why is because of the age thing. Even though he's been playing the way he's playing,
crazy numbers.
Even though he's playing the way he's playing, people will go, well, he's 39 years old. I'm on record saying you are not winning an NBA championship with your best player is 39 years old. You're not. That's not happening. And to Ticket's point, talking about coaching, you're already behind the 8 ball when you coaching a superstar. So it's not just LeBron James. Adrian Griffin was behind the 8 ball as a first-year coach, coaching Giannis. Everybody.
Yeah, but I'm asking you, Chill, how do you evaluate? Like, for example, like I heard like Mars heard this too. Like people were saying like he's a bad coach, bad schemes, this and the third. But like think about what Shaq said, right? Think about what Shaq said about the situation. And Rich Paul just got ahead of the story. They just dropped on ESPN right now. Rich Paul, there was some slick people over there, Shaq. Rich Paul just dropped that LeBron James has not requested a trade after the same guy who said that Kawhi Leonard was going to the Clippers when everybody said he was going to the Lakers, said that the Lakers are looking to trade LeBron James now. Rich Paul is a smart media guy. He went out and said, we're not requesting a trade. So he's trying to put it all on the Lakers that they end up moving LeBron. But Chill Town, I'm just saying, how do you evaluate, like, for example, like, how do you really evaluate a coach then? Because like you said, Mike Brown was coach of the year with LeBron, but he didn't get credit for that.
If they would have won, that's more than anything. I mean, you said it when we talked about Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is a prime example of that. If you win, you're evaluated completely different. As good as you are as a coach playing with superstar players, unless you win when you got superstar players, you're not going to get evaluated properly. Nobody's going to give you a legit opportunity. I mean, Darvin Ham took that team to the Western Conference Championship after the roster got flipped. This is a first-year head coach.
But Chill, it's already hard enough to check out like coaches. You know what I'm saying? How do we evaluate coaches? I mean, half the time people that are evaluating the coaches don't even know what the coaches or the general managers or the front office, they don't know exactly what they're trying to accomplish and how they're trying to accomplish it. Most of the time, a lot of people that are putting blame on Darvin Ham or any other coach, they just want to see what they want to watch. So the fact that they're not playing the guys they like, oh, he's a bad coach. The fact that this guy's not getting minutes they expect, oh, he's a bad coach because they're doing dribble handoffs instead of pin downs or whatever. Oh, he's a bad coach. But you don't have any idea what's going on in that locker room. On top of that, whether you have superstars or just a bunch of role players, or no matter what your team looks like, if your team isn't bought into your coaching scheme, then your success is gonna be very limited. It doesn't matter how good you players. You can't. The coaching staff and the players can't be bumping heads. Somebody has to buy in. You know, the coach has to buy into the players as well. We got to buy into each other. I can't be trying to go exactly. I can't. And it's easy to do that. Y'all trying to go that way. You know what I mean?
In this era, it's easy for the coach to buy. All you got to do is attack the reps every chance you get, and just fight for your players, and they'll buy in for you. It's literally one of the easiest eras to become a player's coach. I'm just gonna attack the reps with you. Hey, he stands with me. In the media, I'm gonna defend you, and then there'll be one to run through a wall. And Ron, I know you got super chats. And I just want to ask these two questions that Chill and Mars can think on. Chill,
don't worry, I got a question to ask too.
Is LeBron a poor leader? That's first off. In Mars, were there glaring holes in this roster, not in hindsight, but this summer that they could have done from the front office to turn the season around, or to not even be in this situation? Like, is it actual like facts of players they could have signed or things that you said that they should have done going into this season? Because in hindsight, it's easy for everybody to say, well, they don't have this, they don't have that. But I think they got a good core roster. But that's just me.
Right quick, you guys hold those questions. We just got one question from Jay Got Game that has to be answered because it's a $25 super chat, and that's how we doing things right now. He said, question panel, can we have a serious convo about Brunson being top 10 or even top 5 PG in the league? Oh, and shout out to Randle for being all-star. Didn't see that coming. Go Knicks.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all dudes something. I'm from the Northeast. This is the same Knicks who was screaming Julius Randle for MVP. I saw them in the arena screaming Julius Randle MVP. And then last year, they're tearing down his poster in Penn Station, screaming trade him. I know who these Knicks fans are. I know what they're about. So as good as Brunson is, and Brunson is awesome. Brunson hasn't been good. He's been awesome. But I know what's going to happen if this goes the other way. if he starts not playing good, or if he starts being okay, as quick as they love you, they're the same guys that are outside the arena with pitchforks and flames ready to burn you. So I'm good on Knicks fans. I'm straight.
Chill. And while you're at it, KG Sand said, F the Snubs. I want Chill to acknowledge Mr. quote-unquote born to play basketball, Jalen Brunson, because he always has something to say about his passing. Accept what the lead guard is, Chill. He's awesome. Shout out Mike Breen.
I already went over my New Year's resolution and what I'm accepting about the league. We already did that. That's number one. Number two, we saw how far Jalen Brunson could take the New York Knicks. Did we see that last year? How far Jalen Brunson could take the New York Knicks? What was the difference in them losing last year? It was Julius Randle. Julius Randle was the difference in them losing. If he plays better, they go to the Eastern Conference Championship at minimum. So at minimum, Jalen Brunson could take this crew to the Eastern Conference semifinals. That's what we saw. And Julius Randle wasn't great. If he plays better, they win. I could still acknowledge that Jalen Brunson is awesome, but at the end of the day, their other all-star and only all-pro, he's the difference in them winning and losing, period.
No doubt, no doubt. Shaq, what were the questions that you had for Chilla Morris? Chilla Morris, you remember those questions?
Oh, he asked, is James a poor leader? So James, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, and the reason why I'm going to say no is because he's had his moments of being a bad leader.
Out of 10, Chill. Out of 10, what number?
So 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, or 1 being the worst. 7.
I disagree.
7.0.
I would say 7 or 8.
I would say a 3, Chill.
Are we going solely on this year? Or are we going through? Are we going solely on this year?
We're going all time.
So we going all time. I'm gonna go 8.
Here's why
I'm not doing that.
Here's why you're capped, Chill. I'll tell you why. I love
I'm not doing
Chill
that.
Town. Don't nobody got more love for you than me. Maybe Fluent, but I do. Right. So I'm gonna say this to you right now. Right. That's capped because, bro, real leadership is what Jordan, what Giannis, and those other guys did when they were up against it. When he was in Cleveland the first time and he was up against the ropes. And everybody was coming for his helmet. He didn't have to fold. Real leadership is, we coming right back, and we're gonna keep going at these guys. These guys are getting older. We young. We coming up. So that's first part of leadership right there. So he left. He showed lack of leadership because he left. Then you leave and you go to the Miami Heat, right? Then you do the announcement. That's another form of lack of leadership. Why would you go do an announcement on national TV to show up the team you just left and you didn't even tell them you was leaving? That's another lack of leadership. Then you go to Miami, right? You go to Miami, you say we're going to win not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. You get to the first NBA Finals, D Wade is in the finals, balling out of control. You're up 2-0 in the finals or whatever you are, and you end up losing that finals, getting walked down by Dirk and Vince. You have 2-1, whatever you was. You get walked down by Dirk and you lose that championship, and you have no answer every single fourth quarter. That's lack of leadership. Then after that, you go that summer, instead of you worrying about coming back playing basketball, you're talking about going and playing in the NFL. We need to be worried about getting on the court and attending to your wounds that you had laid out there in front of the whole world. Hold on, Shaq. I'm not finished yet. Then you do that. Then you leave. This is like a leadership, Shaq. Then you leave Miami. You don't even tell D Wade, the dude who sacrificed his career for you. You don't even tell him. D Wade said he knew you was leaving on the plane, but you couldn't even tell him to his face. He had to find out a different way. You did, so you didn't tell him. That's your boy because you was afraid he was going to tell Pat Riley and somebody else before the word got out you was already going back to Cleveland. That's another lack of leadership. Then you come to Cleveland, right? You get into it with Kyrie Irving, right? Instead of you smoothing that over and working that out with Kyrie because you already want to chip with that, you and Kyrie, you're unable to use your big brother skills to lower the temperature in the room. But what do? You raise the temperature by putting out these tweets about Kevin Love and all of this other stuff. The team implodes. You end up getting Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah comes over. It's over with. Then you got to leave. You end up going to the Los Angeles Lakers. Then where's your leadership at? All those guys are fighting for you that first year in LA. Rondo, Lonzo, Alfonso, and the rest of the crew, all them dudes out there battling for you, right? What do? You try to get all of them traded midway through that season. They were battling. And what happens midway through that season? They all turned on you. They got upset. You end up getting hurt. They still win the game on Christmas Day. Season's over with. So then you end up trading them and getting AD. You show good leadership. You show great leadership. To me, that was a year that I saw LeBron James show the best leadership I've ever seen him show. And that year and the year they was in Cleveland, they went to the finals. That first time. Those are the 2 best years I've ever seen LeBron in leadership. That's real leadership, what he did with Anthony Davis in LA, because AD was a dude who was terry cloth. You know he's very soft. And LeBron James dragged him through that season, dragged him through the finish line, and got him to the world championship. That was leadership with LeBron.
Shaq!
I'm sorry. Chill. Hold on. I'm sorry. Your Highness Charles said this is why we need ticket here. Them LeBron James jockstrap sniffers here making facts or here making faces when straight facts being spit. All LeBron does is stack the deck. Ran to Miami, stack deck. Ran back to the Cavs, stack deck. Ran to LA, stack deck. And I think he's meaning to say he's going to leave the Lakers again and stack the deck somewhere else. And he might go to a men's league above 40 and stack
the Lakers.
He wants the
Lakers to fold. He wants the Lakers to capitulate to him. It's like you have to completely capitulate to what LeBron James does, or you'll fall out of his circle. Listen, I agree with Chilltown when he says LeBron's a great player. I agree with Chilltown when he says LeBron James had great moments of leadership. But let's not ignore the bad moments of leadership he's had as well. Absolutely. The last couple of years have been disgusting, Chilltown. Not after they got the trade done last year with Russ, I give them credit. They from that trade on, cool. But for this year, Chilltown, this year has been one of the worst years, bro. Bro, you roll your eyes at the coach that you helped pick while he's calling the play in the huddle, like Shaq said, bro. You give him the death stare in front of everybody. Everybody knows what you're doing. Then you go online and you put up an hourglass trying to tell people that the time is running out. Come on, bro. What type time is this, man? And you wasn't doing that when y'all had just won the in-season tournament 2 months ago.
All right, ticket. Hold on. I gotta give Chill or whoever a time.
You already know what it is, Shaq. I came with a flamethrower, Mars. You know what it is.
We done with the super chats.
2 double Glocks.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Ron. You can, because
MP13 said, "Can someone explain in depth buying in because people performing because people not performing because of a disagreement with the coach just sounds unprofessional in a vacuum. I can't imagine not performing because you just want to do things your way."
Hey, you would be
and Chilltown,
you would be surprised.
Hold on, right quick, Ticket. Let's check the phone.
You would be surprised what goes on in the locker room, the things that are being said, the hidden agendas. It's just like when you go to work. And I worked at Pizza Hut, and if I was mad at the manager, I'm answering the phone different. I'm just lazy all of a sudden. This is life. It ain't no different. If I don't believe in something, you think I'm gonna give my 100%? Now the guys that do give 100% in the stuff they don't believe in, those are the teams that win championships.
Shaq, top left. The man is a Laker, and Mars, no, I ain't lying. He's a Los Angeles Laker that ducked the Boston Celtics on national TV, bro. That's all that has to be said, Shaq. You know the Lakers and the Celtics rivalry. You tell me one all-time great Laker that ducked any kind of smoke in a Boston Celtics game, bro.
Ticket, I can't speak to the injury and the narratives around if he was injured or not.
On national TV, Shaq. You think he's gonna miss the All-Star game?
I've seen the reports.
Do you think he's gonna miss the All-Star game, Shaq?
It's
Remember
doubtful.
what last year, Shaq? Remember they said his foot was hurt. He's supposed to have that surgery. He never had it.
All right. Ticket. Enough already, Ticket. Okay. We heard all this nonsense from you. This is such nonsense, man. Such nonsense. Because first of all, no, it won't. Not your truth. Not your truth. I can tell you that right now. So let's rewind the clock. So let's rewind the clock. We're talking about a guy who came into the game with a bunch of men as a kid, stayed at this particular place in Cleveland where they had no idea what they were doing for 7 years, and actually got this team to the mountaintop. They weren't able to look over.
They didn't know what they were doing, but they got to the finals, right?
Hold up, Ticket. Yeah. Hold on.
Got this team to the mountaintop. They had no idea what they were doing. He was doing the best that he could to lead this team. A bunch of men. He's a kid trying to figure this out with these men and leading this team to the mountaintop.
It's easier, Chill. It's much easier when you're not winning. When there's no expectations, that's the easiest time to be a leader.
When there's no expectations, absolutely. But then expectations started because they did start winning. They did get to the NBA Finals. And when those expectations came, the pressure came. And when the pressure came, he could have folded under that pressure and quit. But he didn't. He kept going, but he realized that they weren't serious about what he was trying to do. They weren't serious about that. But he did give his all as a leader, not just as a leader, but also as a basketball player. He did all of that. Then he moves to Miami. When he moves to Miami, he actually takes a back seat to Dwayne Wade. That's part of leadership because this is your thing. I'm not really sure what I should be doing here. Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? It's Dwayne Wade who comes to him and tells him, yo, you got to be who you are. In order for us to get to where we're going, you have to be who you are. Now, that means me stepping up and becoming more of a leader. When I'm in your house, that's a big part of leadership. And when in the process of me doing that, we win. And when we
so
win,
he was still around a 7 a 7 out of 10 for leadership in Miami. I'm just asking questions.
Yes, around a 7. Yeah,
in Cleveland.
No. We haven't.
I'm asking for Cleveland. No. The first stint
to Cleveland around a 7.
Or we just gonna leave that off?
The first stint is a 10.
We'll stay in Cleveland. We'll stay in Cleveland.
Okay.
Because again, he was learning on the fly. It was him. So 7-8. That's where we are in Cleveland. When he gets to Miami, he's actually learning how to be a better leader. That's what Dwayne Wade is there for. I'm going to show you how to lead better. So that leadership goes from a 7-8 to around an 8-9, so to speak. Now he comes back to Cleveland. So now I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. Kyrie Irving actually said after he left him, he apologized that I didn't realize how hard this thing actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry for what was going on during that time, because this thing is a lot more difficult than you give him credit for. But he was leading them. This is a team that had
to be a 10 out of 10 there.
Absolutely. This is a unit who had 4 years after he left, they had the number 1 pick 3 years, and 1 year they had the number 4 pick. So they had no idea what they were doing. They were back to being Cleveland again. So he leads them to the championship and makes them championship contenders on a team with Kevin Love, Shaq, who never been to the playoffs, not one time.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie Irving, who had never been to the playoffs.
He was running the league.
This whole unit who had never seen anything like this. Then he moves from Cleveland to Los Angeles, where now I'm on the time clock because the end of my career is coming. The end of my career is coming, and what my legacy is going to be about, it's about winning. So I don't have time to waste. And that's not to say that these kids here, Lonzo Ball, Julius Randle, Brooke, these guys aren't awesome. They are, but I have to win, and I have to win now. Recognizing that is a part of good leadership. And for him to go to Los Angeles and in year 2 with an awesome Anthony Davis, who led that Laker team in points, rebounds, and blocks, and was an all-pro, was not dragged by LeBron James. No way was he dragged by LeBron James. As he got older, I think the leadership started to slip because I felt like I have done my job already, and maybe this isn't something that I should be doing anymore. But with it slipping, it actually looks bad because you have always been a good leader. And because now what's going on with you, it looks like maybe this is who you are, part of who you are, but not all of who you are. And it does look bad because these younger guys and this coach, they need you, especially as a vote of confidence. They absolutely need you. So I'm not going to say that he's always been a bad leader. He's always been a good leader, but it's just at this time,
you're wrong about AD. You're wrong about AD.
Right, quick, Ticket. Hold on, Ticket, because we haven't heard from Mars at all. We haven't heard from Bob at all.
No, he didn't.
I want to hear what Mars and Bob both have to say on the matter of LeBron being a leader. Do you guys think he's a poor leader, or do you think he is a great leader? And if you have a number on a scale of 1 to 10, go ahead and drop that too. Mars?
I think his style of leadership works for some people and doesn't work for others. I think he's okay. I haven't been in the locker room with him. I don't know how he leads. I just know what happens on social media. And since we want to scrutinize everything he does, I mean, there's a lot you see on social media in terms of his facial expressions and stuff. No one's ever been scrutinized to that degree. So, I mean,
based off of what, Mark? Based off of what we've seen in the past 7 days, you don't feel like that's alarming? You feel like that was just normal?
I feel like if we paid attention to facial expressions of every player in the NBA, we'd say the league had no good leaders. That's how I feel.
And I think that's a conversation that we truly do need to have, because we're the same guys that put these guys up on a pedestal. I don't know who we're out here calling leaders left and right, but all the guys that we call leaders, like when D Rose was going crazy, he was a silent leader. That's what he got. It was no type of facial expressions. He was hard nosed. He worked hard. First one in the gym, last one out. He did that very easily and won an MVP, and we all considered him a great leader.
De'Aaron Fox a good leader. Shay's a good leader. You don't hear them talking back to their coach, frowning up their face, acting like fools. These dudes are actually leading their team and not getting into trouble.
No, they probably chill. We know they've done it, but for LeBron to say, "I'm glad you interrupted me," because what were you about to do, LeBron? What were you about to say? You were about to blow up the entire organization,
right?
I don't know, but I'm not saying I think LeBron's good or bad. I just think if you pay attention to everything he does like you do, you're gonna find things to not like. And I think that applies to every player in the league. I don't think it's just an exceptional circumstance for him. Now, I think personally, from what I've seen, I wouldn't want to be LeBron's teammate. That's just me personally. But I mean,
it's hard playing with that dude.
There's some people who like playing with that pressure in terms of you're playing for a championship every season. Anything less than that is a failure. Now, I wouldn't like to play with the fact that if I don't play well, all of a sudden I'm in trade talks every week. That's annoying. Or it seems to be that the problem comes from everywhere outside of him. But I mean, there's also times where he's taken accountability and taken pressure away from his teammates. I remember 2015 with Kyrie. Kyrie had a game where I guess the media asked about why Kyrie wasn't doing this or something. And LeBron went and took accountability straight away and said, this game's on me. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. It's not about what Kyrie didn't do. The whole team needs to be better. So, I mean, there's times where I think he shows good leadership. There's times where I think he doesn't show good leadership. I just think the times where he doesn't, it gets more magnified, because he's LeBron James. And I don't know if that makes him a bad leader because he's the most scrutinized player of all time. Because, I mean, that adds extra eyes on your team. That maybe
Mars, if you traded 140 of your teammates, would you be a bad leader?
You didn't. He didn't trade a ticket. That's a bullshit narrative that you came up with. I'm sick of you saying that.
Okay.
I'm tired of hearing you say that. Ticket.
Chill. That's fair. But if you,
but I said, like I said, that works.
Hold on, Shaq. Is it fair?
Some people want to play with that pressure, though. So that
I'm asking you, Shaq. I'm asking you, Mr. Shaquille, Kareem Abdul, Dr. J, dunking on everybody overseas, legend. I'm asking you right now, is it fair to tell the truth? 140 trades, bro. And right now, we know he's trying to get his teammates traded now. He did it to Russell Westbrook last year. We knew the whole season he wanted Russ out. Him and Russ had an open beef in front of the media. Look how Russ treats him now. They don't even talk to each other. Them dudes
Can you imagine basically being responsible for every trade that I'm on?
He's a master.
I would love to be a player who's responsible for every trade when I'm on the roster.
So why you put the hourglass up?
Is that because time is running out? Ticket. We already halfway through the season. Right? We already halfway through the season. We got to get better. Time is running out.
Hold on.
Time is running out, sir.
Take it and chill. I would love to do this until midnight.
Ask Ox what I think.
Mars, I apologize for interrupting you, Mars. You were making a point. I apologize. My fault.
Hold on, Mars. Finish your point.
I just had a question for Mars.
And we just got to move on. You said you
got. I agree that we do have to move on. But Mars, if you come out and you're the self-proclaimed GOAT, it makes it very difficult for people to not scrutinize you. It's almost like you're asking for that, whether that's right or wrong. But if you repeatedly come out, whether it's through branding, advertising, Nike, whatever it is, purposely catapulting yourself as the best basketball player to ever live in this universe, you don't think we're going to scrutinize your body language?
I'm not arguing against whether or not it's right or wrong that he gets scrutinized. I understand why he gets scrutinized, and I'm not saying other people need to be scrutinized like him. I mean, he's LeBron James. I don't. If it came across that's what I was trying to say, I didn't mean to. I'm just saying when you are scrutinized as heavily as he is, you're gonna see more. You're gonna see more the more you look for. Like if you're looking for something, you're going to find something. That's just how it works. If you're not looking for that with De'Aaron Fox or Shea,
Mars, what are we supposed to look for? It's the same. It like you don't think that what happens off the court greatly affects what happens on the court?
I think it does, but I think like
in certain situations, not like
if you go into every timeout watching just LeBron James, you're gonna see something that makes you have an opinion on LeBron James.
I mean, but Mars, we've seen
you watch every time out watching just Steph Curry, you're gonna see stuff like, oh, why is Steph Curry?
But the cameras are always the cameras are always rolling, and there's been plenty of times where he didn't do nothing or he did bite his tongue. It just seems to be a cop out. That's all that I'm saying.
No, I don't think it's a cop out. I'm not saying it's wrong that we're looking at LeBron James. I'm saying you would.
I'm saying from LeBron James' point of view.
I don't think LeBron's saying what I'm saying. I don't think LeBron's ever said, "Oh, why are you guys looking at?" I don't think he's ever said that. Has he? Has LeBron ever complained about the scrutiny he gets? And maybe he has. I don't know. But if he hasn't, I'm just saying, if you look for something, you're gonna find something. You do that with every superstar. If you look at, like, there's been many instances when the Warriors have been losing. Now people are looking at Steph Curry in timeouts and saying, "Oh, Steph Curry has more emotion than we thought. Oh, Steph Curry's hitting chairs. Steph Curry's ripping jerseys. Steph Curry."
I mean, the thing with Steph is, though,
like,
when they were winning, it was all sunshines, and he seemed immune to any BS. In the moment that things get a little bit tough,
when you're winning, everyone seems like a good leader.
That's the only. Thank you. Okay.
Now we're questioning.
I have no problem with
leadership because he hasn't made the finals in 3 years. But when he was making the finals 8 straight times, I didn't hear the where's LeBron leadership. So, like, when you're winning, there's no leadership questions, and that's another thing. Like, leadership comes in so many different forms, and we try to justify good leadership just by the outcome of games. Tim Duncan was a leader who led by example and was quiet, so we gave him credit for being a good leader. Then you got vocal leaders, guys like Kobe Bryant, guys like Michael Jordan, who are vocal leaders, but they were winning, so that leadership is also valid. But then if you're too quiet and you're not winning, then you're a bad leader because you're not being vocal. Kevin Durant, you can't lead by example if you're KD, because that's not good enough because you're not winning. But if you are winning, leading by example is perfectly fine. But then if you're
I just think the only thing is
you're a bad leader because you talk too much and you're not doing it on the court. So
Bron
that's what
has
it is.
been,
If he wins, there's no
Leonard,
Bron, Nike, Rich Paul, all of these guys, Bron lovers, including myself, have been selling this product for the better part of 20 years. And it just seems a little bit, I don't know.
It's a great product. It's a great product. And in all the Bron lovers and Nike and Rich Paul, they should continue to sell it for as long as they can. You sell that product until it runs out because it is one of the best products. Damn that.
And we can be truthful about it.
It is the best product that they have ever sold.
So why
LeBron James is the GOAT. LeBron James is the GOAT. First of all, but second of all, I don't. That's why I don't pay too much attention to the tabloids, to the headlines, because they don't get it right. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to worry about all of that. Let's watch LeBron James on the court. LeBron James being the GOAT, he holds his teammates to higher standards. He makes the right. He makes the right plays on the
by
basketball.
not showing up against the Celtics.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about.
I know you don't care.
I don't give a damn about the Twitter. But you was asking. You was a second ago. You was asking my opinion because you thought I was going to agree with you.
You got a fresh hairstyle, fresh shirt. How much clutch fake?
Now what I'm saying is, I don't care about him tweeting or Xing what you call that thing? The hourglass. It don't matter, man. We here to play basketball.
Quitting on the team?
Y'all worried about when did he?
So now we are quitting.
What about if Michael Jordan?
What's the purpose, Bob, of him not playing against the Celtics?
Michael Jordan can quit. Michael Jordan can quit.
Hold up, Ticket. Let him make his point.
You keep calling out dudes for not playing. You don't ever know why they're not playing. Like you
I
didn't
do know why he's not playing.
You didn't know Joel. You didn't know Joel. You didn't know Joel Embiid towards me.
His boy,
you over here talking shit about him, but you don't never know what you're talking about.
I do know
all these inside sources you got. All these inside sources you got. You don't never know what you're talking about.
Hold on, Kendrick Perkins.
You need to check your sources.
LeBron James is not playing.
You need to check your sources, brother, because you always got these sources and never any real information.
So ticket.
LeBron James makes the right plays on the court.
You sold your soul too.
LeBron James holds his teammates accountable.
You can't get your soul back, Bob.
LeBron James is the
biggest hater on the internet.
Nah, you a sellout too. You sold your soul to LeBron James.
You're the biggest hater on the internet.
You sold your soul to what?
You're the biggest hater on the internet. All the people, you're the biggest hater on the internet. There is no bigger hater on the internet than
you and Mars, Shaq.
Yo.
I wanted to hear Mars' take on the 65 games too, because I don't know if you talked about it yesterday, Mars.
Hold up, we gonna get to it. Ox, I need you to finish making your point, and then we got to move on to a quick sneaky segment. All right.
I mean that's it. LeBron deserves to have teammates that are ready to rock with him. He deserves to be he's allowed to be upset when teammates aren't putting in the same work that he is, just like Kobe Bryant was allowed to be upset when his teammates weren't putting in the same work that he is. LeBron James.
So Ox, is it the teammates or is it the coach? Because that's the point of view I was coming from.
And I want to get to that too. Even as a coach, LeBron James realizes he doesn't have much time left. He needs. Now, once again, I can't say whether or not Darvin.
So is everybody except Bron? Because you just said it was the teammates.
But Bron too. I mean, Bron. Everybody should be held accountable, and I think Bron does a good job of holding everybody accountable, including himself. I believe that Bron throughout his career has held himself accountable. He has come out in times and said, "I got to be better." we got to be better.
100%.
And even, but at the same time, he's a leader, and he's not afraid to call anybody else out. As a leader, I shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to bite my tongue. As a leader and as the GOAT, I should be able to say, bro, not getting it done, and he need to step his shit up.
Bob, let me see your car.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You got a Ferrari today?
There's nothing wrong with
a Ferrari, Bob?
I ain't never been in this. I ain't never been inside a Ferrari all my life.
This is ticket with this.
Hey, I swear to God, I swear to
Hey,
God.
but hold on, ticket. Wait a second, real quick, ticket. If that's the price, hey, they can have it. Hey, ticket, they can have it.
I can chill to show their car keys today, because I believe these dudes will send a Bentley and a Ferrari to say the stuff that they saying. This is crazy. The glaze and the cap.
You got some nerve. And you talking about the glaze and the cap. You the biggest hater on the internet. Literally, you the biggest hater on the internet. You actually spreading this narrative that a dude was responsible for over 145 trades.
Ryan, let's
that
go.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, let's go.
We got $2 super chats. We got
two. Your argument wasn't bulletproof, but let's go.
Your Highness Charles said, quote unquote, he doesn't have much time yet. The only reason you were saying this because Chill and Ox know in their heart LeBron isn't the GOAT.
If I didn't,
they know that they're running out of time to change the narrative. It's keeping them up at night.
Just so you know, Charles. Just so you know, he doesn't have to win another NBA championship. He doesn't have to win another scoring title. He doesn't have to win another league MVP. None of that stuff has to happen. Who he is now, he's a family member who, if they do something else awesome, you just like, yo, he family. I already felt like this about him anyway. So anything that he does going forward, this is just icing on the cake. I already feel like that about him. So I'm not looking at him going, oh, man, if he doesn't win the NBA championship, this means that he's not the GOAT. I already thought he was that before all of this was going on. So if he does that, this is just compounding it. Give me a break.
Shaq, you think he is too? Man,
I feel like I would like to see him.
Shaq, how much they paid you, bro?
I couldn't even say anything.
I see you got some nice lighting.
Always had the nice lighting.
I know, but I mean, I'm trying to figure out how long you've been on the payroll. Because you've been counting for a long time. Hold on. Matter of fact, we got to find out who is bankrolling PC. Is it Clutch? Is Clutch bankrolling PC? I see all the new graphics. I see all this stuff, man.
Something else, man. You the biggest hater on the internet. You the biggest one.
Yes,
you are. You are the biggest hater on the internet. No, you not. No, you are not. No, you are not. To sit there and leave out. Let's go.
Hey, Ron. So, Ron, and when you change the subject, make sure you change the subject to Chilltown sorry ass Boston Celtics. Because they ain't winning the championship.
Let's get on that. Hell yeah, let's get on that.
Hold on, right quick. I have to give you guys the opportunity. Bob, do you have your car keys next to you?
Nah.
Chill. I see you look over your shoulder.
They hung up
lying, bro. Bro, these dudes lying.
And I do not have a Ferrari. I do not have a Bentley. No, I do not.
Actually, there ain't even nothing outside. I'm looking.
Bro, y'all lying.
Even nothing in the driveway.
I do not have a Ferrari. My keys is on the wall. I do not have a Ferrari. I do not have a Bentley.
They gave these dudes, man. Bro, that's crazy, man.
Bro, I'm Ubering. I got so many. I got a few questions.
Yeah. No, we got them. So Dirt TV said nobody except Ticket brings up how any trades have happened while you were on a team. Y'all can't let him keep pushing.
That's because Michael Jordan had less than 30 and Kobe had less than 20 and 35 his whole career. LeBron James had 140 trades his whole career, bro. Bro, right now we're talking about trading almost half the team.
They paved the way for Bron.
They traded half the team to get Russ. Then you traded away half the team to get rid of Russ. Now you get ready to trade, or you want to trade half the team away to go get other pieces, DeJounte Murray and all these other pieces, bro. Come on, man.
So Shaq, really quick, Shaq, we got. I know we got to get moving, Shaq. But when he gets on the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2003, Shaq, can you tell us what
Cleveland Cavaliers had? You as a player,
can you tell me that, Shaq?
When have you ever heard LeBron James?
What did the Cleveland Cavaliers have when LeBron James got on that crew in 2003? What pick did they have?
When did you ever heard
the numero uno pick, which means that they were garbage? Is that correct? Okay, yes. Which means they were garbage. Okay, so let's fast forward to the.
They had to move a lot of pieces.
Right, and they had to move a lot of pieces in order to win. So when we get back to Cleveland in 2014, If I'm not mistaken, they were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference again, right? So when you get to the Lakers in 2019, can you tell everybody, Shaq, what the Lakers were looking like before he got on that crew? I believe they were at the bottom of the Western Conference.
They had a lot of young players. Yeah.
So with that being said, so with that being said, it's not like this dude just gets on the crew and we nice. No,
they were the 4th seed. That's They were the 4th seed.
If I'm Brown, I'm not keeping this team either. I'm never keeping this team.
Who ticket? On Christmas Day, they were the 4th seed in the West, and they stopped the Golden State Warriors in Golden State, and LeBron got hurt that day.
Right. They were, but before he got on that crew ticket, tell everybody.
No, I ain't saying that. I'm talking about the
tell everybody where the Lakers were before he got on that crew ticket.
I'm with
That's
you. Hold on,
the point.
Chill.
You're not with me.
I'm not saying that. Chill. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, no, listen. I'm saying no. You saying when he got on the crew? When he got on the crew, they were a 4th seed team at that time
because of him.
Hold on, right? That's my hold on. But the other guys were playing well. Kuzma was averaging 18. Ingram was averaging 18. Them other dudes was balling.
Ron, can we please?
Yeah. Let's please, Shaq, because I know what you want to chat.
Good Bron talk.
No, I want to get through these chats so we can hoop.
It's been very good, okay? But you guys asked for it. And as typical, Player's Choice delivered. We're giving y'all what y'all want. On Playback TV today, you get none other than
we coming.
Ticket TV.
Like Prime
on Playback around the league. Y'all
we coming, baby.
What time is that at?
At 3:30 p.m.
Let me check my schedule. 3:30? Oh, that's right around the corner.
You know what it is.
That's right around the corner.
What we talking about today? You know what we doing today, Shaq?
Dispelling narratives, hopefully.
Leadership from your king, truly.
A seminar.
I'm gonna show all the lack of leadership, and it's funny, Mars, because guess what we can do, Mars? I know a dude who goes out of his way to show his lack of leadership, and his name goes by the name of LeBron James.
Hater.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know where you was going with
this dude talk about being a man of God.
He said Bron took my girl, man. Don't go there, bro.
This dude talked about being a man of God.
Let's go, Ron.
Let's go, Ron.
This is also a good time. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and slap that like button. Shout out to everybody, all our new subscribers, all of our new members. Big one. Shout out to you. Cole, welcome to the party. Who else we got? Dat Boy 97. Appreciate you for tapping in. Player's Choice Dave also gifted out 10 Player's Choice memberships. If you got that membership and he gifted it to you for free, just go to playerschoicemerch.com and check out what's in there. Some nice, shiny, sparkling objects. You might not get Big Ice or Chill's car keys, but you'll find something nice in there. We got more super chats, so let's go ahead and dive into it. MP13 with his daily super chat said, Chill, do you believe overall the Lakers would have been better off right now with the young talent they had when Bron first got there? Lakers would be fleshed out, would be a fleshed out team right now with the potential of those players.
Zubac, Julius Randle, all-star. Ingram made an all-star team. D'Angelo Russell, they got rid of him. He made an all-star team. Lonzo doesn't count because he's hurt.
I would have rolled the dice with that young team. Bird rights, I get to keep them as long as I want. I would have rolled the dice.
Yeah, Kuzma.
Only except we don't have that kind of time, Shaq. We don't, because I'm 34 years old, going on 35, and we got to win right now.
No,
we don't have
to win in the last 2-3 years.
He said instead of him. He said instead of him.
They do now. Because Bron with those guys right now, you need to tell me Bron with Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma, D'Angelo.
I'm taking the for sure shot championship, though. I'm taking it.
But it was only one, though, Shaq.
Yeah, that's life.
Like, Shaq, let me ask you a question. If you was to throw LeBron on the Knicks right now as constructed, would you pick them to come out the East? No, think about what I'm saying.
Yes.
Today?
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Right. So, chill. So, let's think about this.
No.
I would feel more confident than I do now.
Hey, chill, Town. I ain't going to lie, bro. You give LeBron James the way Brunson is playing and Julius Randle and them guys over there, if you gave him any of that type of team, bro, I give him a better chance to win a couple championships in the East.
Why would you give him a better chance to win with that team with his lack of leadership?
Because that team is because that team hold on. Because first of all, that team is well coached by Tibbs. Secondly, they have good role players on that team who understand their roles. You got defensive bigs. You got a guy like Julius Randle who, you know what I'm saying, he can play his role. Brunson is a scoring guard that LeBron likes to play with. And then they got a wing over there that plays D. That's the 3-and-D guy. Man, they set up to win it. They set up to win it.
And with all of that being said, you want to add in a terrible leader and an old guy.
I didn't say that.
That's what you want to do.
No, you have the pieces. Listen,
you got all the pieces. I heard everything that you said. You got all the pieces, Ticket. What you want to do is you want to add a terrible leader onto that. That sounds like a cancer to me.
No, I'm talking about what coaching is. No, listen. I'm talking about what coaching is. No, I'm talking about what coaching as well. But I got one solution for all of this, Ron. I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't say nothing else. Why don't, since Chilltown always do say this, why don't, and y'all can take this on the news and say this on the ESPN or whatever, why don't we fire Darvin Ham? Why don't we fire Rob Pelinka? And why don't we do what they did in the old school? Since LeBron is the GOAT, why don't we make him the coach and the general manager and the player?
Well, ain't he doing that already, Ticket? Ain't he doing that already? He's already responsible for 100 and such and such. Ain't he doing that already? So
let's just make it official and chill. If he wins that championship, I will come here and I will say LeBron is the GOAT.
No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you will not.
Yo,
no, you won't.
I got one more super chat about the Lakers and about LeBron. And we're not talking about them for the rest of the episode, okay? Or until later on in the episode, I'll read the rest of the super chats about the Lakers. So if you're going to send through a super chat, send it about maybe the All-Stars or send it about somebody who should be traded or ask Mars a question or ask a question about their teams. But person said, Lakers have the pieces fans were asking for, the continuity with guys like Vando and Rui, but those guys are losing minutes to vet minimum guys like Reddish and Prince.
Because LeBron got mad at Mars. Because LeBron James got mad at Mars when Mars said that Cam Reddish was unplayable. Remember the episode, Ron? When Mars came on here and said that Cam Reddish was unplayable, and LeBron went on national TV the next day, Stat, and looked at Mars in his face and told Mars, "You guys don't know nothing about basketball."
He didn't say he wasn't unplayable. Mars didn't say that
because I know what I'm doing. That's exactly what. That's exactly what LeBron said.
That's not what he said. He didn't say he was unplayable.
He did say that.
No, he didn't, Ticket. What
he said
he's not giving the ball to Cam Reddish for a wide open three. He said no. He didn't say anything about him not being playable. No, he didn't.
Mars made LeBron say that.
He said he didn't think
Mars came on here, and Mars said the day before that game, Mars said, and we're right here on Player's Choice, Mars said, and I'm going to tell you how he said it. And then he was passed to Ken Reddish. This guy is such a horrible. It's just bad decision. You shouldn't do it. It's just bad decision. LeBron James, the very next night, Chilltown, Cam Reddish opening the three. LeBron kicks it to him. He hits it. They win the game. LeBron goes to the post-game press conference microphone and says, "Yeah, and all these guys that don't know basketball, ain't never played, don't know what they talking about. That's why I trust my teammate. I do that every single time for Cam Reddish. That's that guy. That's the reason why Darvin Ham put him on the court.
Had nothing to do with him not playing. Had nothing to do with him not playing. Mars didn't say
okay.
That. He didn't.
I'm done.
Yo, fellas, I got cash chats from Cash App. If in case you don't know, you can send Cash Apps or Venmos or PayPals. Send those to Player's Choice. I'll read them. They right there in the chat. You can see this one right on the screen down there. But Mars, I got a question from you from Jordan Taylor. He sent through a Cash App and said, Mars, can the Rockets trade for Gary Trent or AJ Griffin? And then he sent another one and he said, if not, what other shooters should they try to get?
Mars, you love AJ Griffin too, by the way.
Yeah, I like him. The news I'm hearing out of Houston means I'm about to be an OKC fan very soon. But
out already, Mars, you front runner, you kidding me?
Jalen Green. He's talking about Jalen Green.
But
I told
they think they trying to trade him for Mikal Bridges. So I'm about to be a Brooklyn Nets fan and an OKC fan. There's no way I'm about to root for a team that is trying to get Mikal Bridges. But that's besides the point. But if they do keep Jalen Green, I think any of Jayson Tatum, some picks, preferably not the Nets picks, Jock Lando if possible. Maybe Jeff Green should be made available for some floor space, and whoever that may be. We just got Steven Adams, so I mean that's good for next year.
Y'all, hey, is that illegal, Mars? I thought you couldn't trade for an injured dude.
I mean, we traded an injured dude for an injured dude, so I don't know if that cancels the rule because
I didn't know it was legal that you could trade for a guy who's injured.
I think if both teams are aware of the guy's injury and they sign off on the trade, you can. So I think Memphis will take Victor Oladipo, who clearly can't play, and we'll take Steven Adams, who clearly can't play. And then both teams are happy. But if you don't disclose the injury, I don't think you can trade them. But I don't know the rules for that. We do need shooting. We do need like urgently need shooting. So whoever becomes available, if it's for Jayson Tatum, Reggie Bullock, Jock Landale, Aaron Holiday, any of those guys, yeah, we'll try.
Hey, Shaq, that boy heartbroke. I was right. I told that boy they was gonna trade Jalen Green. Shaq, that boy wouldn't believe me. I told him that Ime Udoka didn't like that dude Mars. I got my sources, buddy. I told you Ime was gonna try and trade him.
Yeah, we'll see if he doesn't get traded.
But I told you that Mars.
If they do trade him,
brother.
I'm an OKC and Brooklyn Nets fan.
You didn't listen to your big brother. I told you Ime didn't like that boy. He was trying to trade him. Now, Mars, if they don't get rid of him before the trade deadline, they're gonna get him after the season for Jaylen Brown because the Celtics are gonna trade Jaylen Brown because the way Jaylen Brown look, bro, Chilltown, you have every right to be upset the way that dude looks. $300 million, Shaq, and
but he's an all-star. We gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Yeah, hey, we chose to talk about the Lakers first, so we'll get to the Celtics later. But as of right now, it is a glaring topic right now in the NBA. The All-Star reserves were selected yesterday. And for those who didn't get a chance to chime in, I'm going to let you guys know who the All-Star reserves are. So on the West, we have Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Karl Anthony Towns out West. Out East, the reserves that were chosen were Bam Adebayo, Paolo Banchero, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, and Julius Randle. Ox, I got to talk to you first. And you know why I got to talk to you. Because I got to ask how you feel about these all-star reserves that were selected.
Your mic on, Ox?
Got silence.
Okay,
silence.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah,
that's his response to the All-Stars.
That West team is crazy, bro.
They put AD out there.
I
He's
feel
on a
you.
losing team, and they don't put it to bonus, bro. That's bad, bro. And De'Aaron Fox averaging 30, right, Jack? De'Aaron Fox averaging 30, bro.
That West team is crazy. That West team is OD.
Bro, I've been telling y'all, bro. Y'all know how the NBA feels about Sacramento, bro. It's simple as that, man. You can't deny it anymore. Chilltown, you cannot deny it. There is a clear bias going on. There's a clear
the cartelling.
Bro, it's obvious. It's obvious. It's clear as that. You can no longer deny this. When you got a man that's leading the NBA in rebounds, 7th in the NBA in assists.
Bro, put it back up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
I want to. Who you taking out, Ox?
Paul, Anthony Davis, Paul George, or Steph Curry.
AD got to go, man. He's gonna lose.
I think it's AD for DeMontis. If I got to choose, I think DeMontis deserves it more than De'Aaron Fox. So for that reason, Anthony Davis got to go out. But if De'Aaron gets in, then Paul George got to go.
Are we ignoring him? Just hello, the clear worst player on the list, Mr. Carl Anthony.
No, he deserves it. They're the first seed. They deserve 2 All-Stars.
I actually thought I thought
Rudy.
I thought Rudy was going before him.
I thought so too. One of them got to go. You know what? You know what though, Chilltown? I'll go so far to say, even if DeMontis doesn't go, Rudy should have been in over AD.
Why are we taking out AD?
No, we're not taking out AD.
Why are we taking out the Lakers' best player? That doesn't make sense.
We didn't take out Brown. I don't care.
No, the other one got voted in.
How did they get 2? How did they get 2 and we get 0?
I'm fine. I'm fine with that logic, but there's no way we're gonna say they didn't deserve 2, so take out their better performing player.
Well, that's cool. I'm not here to push a line for Rudy Gobert or Karl Anthony Towns. I don't give a damn about either one of them. I'm saying Domantas Sabonis should have been in this All-Star game
ahead of Karl Anthony Towns.
Pretty much it.
Mars.
Well, no, I can't take away the first seed. The first seed, I can't take one of their All-Stars away when the 10 seed got 2 All-Stars too. One of them got to go.
Well, what we can't do is we can't sit here and say that the NBA doesn't care about Sacramento because your boys made the All-Star team last year. So knock it off, Ox.
No, he made the All-Star game. De'Aaron made the All-Star game because of a injury replacement. They didn't want to put him in.
He still made the All-Star.
Night is still young.
That doesn't really mean anything. Like that doesn't.
If LeBron James' injury is serious,
if I'm De'Aaron last year, I wouldn't want to win. I said that last year. Last year I said De'Aaron shouldn't even go. He ought to just stay home.
Yeah, I just
want to. What I want to know is, I want to know what actually constitutes an All-Star, Because when you got a guy that's 27 and 11 and Trae Young, that's not an all-star? Is that not an all-star?
What is AD? What is AD?
Multiple times in
We're
his
going to get
career,
to the East.
man.
I want to stick to the
What
West.
is
right
what is
quick.
AD?
Also,
What is
he was-
AD? What is AD averaging?
26 and
He's
12.
He's 26, 12, and 2 blocks. So he's in the
And
top 5
their
in the league in
team-
block. He's 4th in the league in he's in the top 5 he's in the top 5 in the league in rebound. I think he's third or 4th in the league in rebounding. He's 5th in the league in blocks, and I think he leads all big men in scoring.
In Mars and Chill are okay with him being in the All-Star game for what reason?
Anthony Davis,
Because he's
Yeah.
been one of the 12 best players in the Western Conference.
But I think he needs to be a little bit better because they're the 9th seed. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right,
I don't think he should be awarded.
Yeah, I'm full.
They were the 10th seed when this
I
went down.
do not. I do
10th seed
not
when this went
care
down.
about seeding when voting for All Stars.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's
I
the
don't-
problem.
and not only
That's
that,
the
we
problem.
see Shaq. You leaving
It's
out
the
that
12
we've
best
had.
players in each conference. I'm not.
And then not
voting
only that,
for
but
the
Shaq,
team.
we've had guys on bad teams. If I'm not mistaken, didn't DeJounte Murray make the All-Star team? San Antonio was at the bottom of the West when he made the All-Star team.
No, the same way Mars views it, I view it from the opposite. I feel like if you're cooking, same reason Donovan Mitchell didn't make it. If you was Buddy from the guard from the Nuggets, he never makes it.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, they win in championships. I mean, these guys are superstars, all-stars. I don't think AD's numbers are that crazy to where he can't do more to have them in a better situation. That's just the way I look at it. In the regards that I hold AD and what I expect from Anthony Davis when him and LeBron teamed up. There should be no team that should be able to stop them. I don't care about the pieces around them. Jokic got it done. I get it. A lot goes into the front office. Maybe this is just me being foolish, but that's just how I feel. I don't think AD should have made it.
But Shaq, we're talking about a guy that's averaging.
No, I mean, he got voted in. Same with Luka.
No, that's not why I asked. You think he should have made it?
No, if he gets voted in.
Do you think he should have made it?
Nah, Brian would have had to sit this one out for me too. If I'm keeping it a buck.
The consistency. Okay,
if I'm keeping it a buck.
Okay.
I mean, I'm an Anthony Edwards guy.
And you acting like Shaq. You acting like Anthony Davis has to do more. Just so you know, he's averaging more rebounds than he did the year they won the NBA championship. He's averaging.
So this is AD ceiling. So this is AD ceiling.
He's averaging around the same amount.
My fault. Okay, my bad. I disagree. I disagree. I feel like AD can do more. That's just me. A ton more. I mean, a lot more if you want to be a champion. Right. I don't know what else to say. I see Jokic throwing up Hail Marys from the three-point line that's touching the ceiling, all in LeBron's eye, AD's eye through the playoffs, all that shit. I'm looking at, how is this guy doing this? Are you practicing these? I don't know. I'm chill. I swear to you, I'm looking at the playoffs last year like it's no way Jokic is making these shots. How is he doing this? So if I'm looking at him like that, I'm like, well, it's possible. I get it. We're all different players, but goddamn, I'm tired of. He went crazy.
Jokic and Giannis lapped AD. Remember they were saying that AD was better than them, and he was going to be that guy when he was in New Orleans. He was a dude. AD has digressed since then, and those guys lapped him. The Giannis's and the Jokic's and Embiid, all those dudes was behind AD at that time. When AD was in New Orleans coming up, we thought AD was going to explode and be something supernatural. He actually went down. Those guys
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, Ticket. For all of these guys that we hold, that we put on the same tier as AD, if they would have partnered up with LeBron, I think the outcome would have been a little bit different. I appreciate the one championship.
What you mean?
But I just feel like
Jokic would have won more chips with LeBron. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You thought he was saying the other way. No, chill. LeBron got 2 or 3 rings.
Are we sure? Why are we questioning AD and not Steph Curry then?
No, we are questioning Steph Curry. I'm saying we stand De'Aaron Fox
because he played with LeBron. That's why.
I'm always going to be hurt.
Okay, so if we look at the Western Conference,
I want LeBron to get 10 championships.
How many people should come off? Just AD and Steph?
No, yeah, AD and Steph. Everybody else is winning. Those are the two guys.
Fox and Sabonis, right?
You want the league? Yes.
Well, I mean,
I don't think both of them should have made it, Mars. I'm not saying De'Aaron and DeMonte should have made it. We're the 5th seed. I don't think we earned 2 All-Stars.
So then who should be the two?
I think the multiple All-Star thing should be reserved for the top 4 seeds. You know what I'm saying? If you're winning, then you should get multiple All-Stars.
Why not? That's fair across the board.
So Steph and AD come
Paul
off
George, Paul, not even both of them. I don't know. I'm just saying.
But hold up, though, Ox, a few games in between, 2 or 3 games that divide, the 4th seed to the 8th seed. That's a different story. But if it's like a glaring gap,
I think we got to be consistent. I think we got to draw a line and stick to it, just like the 65 game thing. There should be no gray area. Like, oh well, if Joel
how
plays
is Steph on it? He's not a starter. What I'm trying to figure this out.
Did Jamal Murray
that's
play
what I don't
enough games?
understand.
Did Jamal Murray play enough games?
Jamal Murray. If you ask me, Jamal Murray should be an all-star before Steph Curry.
Did he play enough games? Shaq? Did Jamal Murray? How many games?
I don't think the games matter in terms
Jamal,
of
there's not a game limit. I think Jamal Murray's played as much as Tyrese Halliburton has.
I want the NBA to start praising winning. I want the NBA to start showing that winning is important. Like what they did with the All NBA teams last year, that was egregious. I think that the winners, the players that are on winning teams should have first dibs at these awards. I'm not saying that. Well, yeah, I am saying that AD shouldn't be an all-star.
I don't see how AD is an all-star. I don't understand how he's this shoe-in that Chill's talking about.
Because he's one of the 12 best players in the West. That's
he is.
Yeah, but Mars, if we did that every time, then what does anything stand for? Just because I'm a really good player, but I can't win.
That's
for
what
my
an
team?
all-star is, though, Shaq. That's exactly what an all-star is. It's the 12 best players in the conference.
Westbrook won MVP, so I'm with you. You're right.
So
if all-stars can't be on non-playoff teams, then I mean, sure, I guess, but we're gonna have some
very happened, by the way.
All-stars. We're gonna have some very low quality all-stars, but I mean, if that's how you want to do it, as long as it's consistent, I don't know.
Okay. And I agree with that. And I agree with that, Mars, and I agree with that as well.
Mars, but the more I
12 best players,
the more I agree with you, Mars. I don't want to see Rudy. It's an all-star game. I don't
do this, Ron. No, I don't want to see the all-star game.
All-star doesn't mean an all-entertainment team. It doesn't mean all entertainment. It means the best.
That's what an all-star game is. What are we talking
about? Well, it clearly doesn't mean best players either, because there's better players who haven't made the all-star game. So what does the all-star game mean?
As far as what the all-star game stands for.
They're AD and Bron are top 5 players.
So the two players just win games by themselves? Is that how?
Top 5 players in the Western.
Top 5 players in the Western Conference. Cut it out. I don't care how bad the Lakers are. Top 5 players in the Western Conference. Also, on top of that, I swear, if
the only players on their team, according to Bron, we got to stop the cap. Bron's complaining because he has to carry the load. LeBron is complaining because he has to carry all of the weight on his team. It's only 2 players, according to Bron. According to everybody in the chat, they need more help. So he has to put up more numbers. The numbers are inflated. But then I see AD, who has capped out. According to Chill, there's no higher ceiling for AD, which just blew my mind when he said that.
They need to take the fan vote away.
No, that's what the all-star game is about.
The fans are casual. They don't know what they're looking at. They don't know basketball.
No, Ox. We cannot let L host get away with this. Ron, what makes them 2 of the top 5 players in the Western Conference?
Because if we were to start a team today, and everybody was to do a draft, LeBron James.
No. Right now with the team. No, right now. No, the draft's already happened. Free agency's already happened. We're right here, right now. What makes them top 2 players in the Western Conference right now? You easy like pickings.
Top 5 player in the Western Conference. You can't name 5 better players than AD this year right now. 26-12. You cannot do it, and the defensive impact that he's bringing. LeBron James too. What he does on a night in, night out basis. You can't name 5 better players in the Western Conference.
Let's get down to the meat and potatoes.
I can name 5 better than LeBron easily.
Okay, and Mars, look. Will LeBron? It might be a give or take with LeBron, but I'm gonna put it like this. Like I said, it's an all-star game. If LeBron James is not in this all-star game, the ratings go to trash. Okay. LeBron
that doesn't mean he's a top 5 player, though, Ron. That doesn't make him a top 5 player
in this all-star game. Western Conference.
We understand the politics. We understand the politics. Yes, LeBron James is going to make the all-star. He's going to make the all-star team as long as he's in the NBA. We understand that. But that doesn't make him a top 5 player.
But why?
I'm saying LeBron James.
The same reason why Kobe made it.
I'm with the fan votes. Like, this is our league.
Ron,
like, I'm with that.
You know, Ron, just so you know, in 1989, Jabbar was not a top 5 player in the Western Conference. No, he wasn't. He was not. He was 42 years old. He was not a top 5 player in the Western Conference. He was not. LeBron James, you just said it. Nobody's going to watch. That does not mean that he's a top 5 player because nobody's going to watch. He's there for eyes. Sure,
they need to do what they did with D-Wade, right?
That doesn't mean that his game. That doesn't mean that his game today still makes him that, because it doesn't.
What about what they did with D-Wade and Dirk? That's what they need to do with Bron.
Yeah,
now.
but
What
they
they
gave
did with
them an
D-Wade and Dirk.
extra
Just
spot
add an
for
extra
the
spot.
All-Star.
You
Yeah.
could play.
Nonetheless, I said top 5 player. He's the top 12 player, no matter what. Okay,
I can get
LeBron
that.
James deserves
That I
to be
can
in this
get.
All-Star game, no
That
matter
part I
what.
can get.
Anthony Davis
Okay.
deserves to be in this All-Star game, no matter what.
I
We are
disagree.
watching an All-Star
I disagree,
game.
Ron.
They
Ron,
don't,
I
Ron.
disagree.
Only
Ron,
one of
this
them.
is not
Only
an
one of them,
all-star
Ron.
game.
Why do we
Ron,
even
Ron,
watch?
Ron,
Why do
Ron,
they
Ron,
even
Ron,
play?
Ron,
Let's just
Ron.
Not an
let's just
all-NBA
pick the
game.
top
Ron,
8
what
teams.
is the
Ron, let's
All-Star
pick
game,
your
Ron?
top
We're watching
favorite
an
8
All-Star
teams.
game.
Ron, let's pick your 8 favorite teams that you think are the best in the West and just throw them in the playoffs with this logic
That's
on the
exactly
West
right.
and the East, and let's just simulate it like
It's
2K.
an All-Star game.
You are setting a dangerous
Ron.
precedent
Okay,
right now,
so
Ron.
You guys
You are
don't
setting
your
a
favorite
dangerous
players
precedent,
out there
Ron.
running and dunking, dribbling the ball and shooting threes.
Chilltown. That's why the
That's the problem.
participation trophy generation is running the world right
That's
now.
a fact,
And Ron
Ron.
is showing
That's a
why.
fact. Hey, Bob,
All-Star
Bob
game.
Ron's like, hey, Bob, Ron's
participation
like,
trophy.
James
It's
Dallas should be in the
All-Star
All-Star
game.
game starting.
Ron,
over
but that gets
Bob Ron's
factored into
logic.
all-time conversations. He made this many All-Stars. He made this many like that matters
And that's
to the
done.
casual fan.
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
problem.
That's the biggest problem, right
Hey,
there.
Ron,
Yeah.
you're sad, Ron. By your logic, Dame should be starting the All-Star game over Jalen Brunson just because he's Dame, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an All-Star game.
By your logic, no, I'm saying right.
We know that, Ron. We've already gotten to the bottom of the fact that it's an all-star game.
Yo,
We already figured
Cape
that
for
out.
your man Trey while you at it.
No, we're not talking about the actual game. We're talking about an All-Star game.
He's probably mad
So
about
Trae
that.
Young should be in it?
Trae Young's not there.
So
He's
Trae
probably
Young
like
should be in
Trae
it?
Young should be there.
Hey,
That's
Trae
what
Young
this
should
is
be the
fueling from.
co-captain of the East.
That guy's a Hey, Shaq, are you really an all-star if your team is getting held?
Ron, should Steph be an all-star, Ron?
Absolutely, he should be starting.
No, if you're
All-Star
are you
game.
really Ron? Are you really an
It's
all-star if your team is
All-Star
losing?
game. Who brings more entertainment than Steph Curry?
Man,
What are we talking about?
All-Star game is
Who in the West brings more entertainment than Steph Curry? It's an All-Star game.
Ron, Mars, this is why Sengun, Ron, Mars, this is why Sengun will
should
never
not
make the
be an
All-Star
All-Star game.
Sengun will never make the All-Star team with guys
He should
like
not
Ron.
be an
Bro.
All-Star.
If Ron
Sengun's
has
the
most
11 seed, so you don't think he should have been an all-star anyway?
No, I'm talking about even if they was balling, Sengun would never have a chance. Because Ron, all he wants is take the dudes who got the stuff. And this is the reason why you can't move on to the next era. Because dudes like Ron want to hang on to these old heads that's washed up and not let these young guys that's out here putting in the work do it. Bro,
They're the next era. Who are the best 12 players that we want to see in an
Yo,
All-Star
Ron,
game?
Chet should be in the All-Star
I just
game over
told
AD.
you.
Chet Holmgren should be in the All-Star game over
Thank
Anthony
you, Chet.
Davis right now.
The thing about it is, I wouldn't mind seeing Chet would be an All-Star game.
Chet,
Once again,
now
it's
you
the
want
most
Chet,
entertaining players that we want to watch. It's
Chet,
an
Ron,
All-Star
this
game.
is players you like, Ron. This is players you
That's
like. That's all.
That's what it's about.
This is players you like, Ron. You're being
You
biased.
don't want to move on from these old heads. That's the problem. He don't want to move
Ron,
on.
I
from
hate
these
you.
old names.
It's an All-Star game.
A lot.
You have to build. No, but that's what I'm saying. Hold on,
That's bad.
Ron.
With all of my heart, Ron.
Ron, you are a blatant hypocrite. You come on here every day crying about somebody don't hype up Tyrese Halliburton, but he's the next era of guys. He's the next era guy. But who's
standing in front of him? Ticket. Who's standing in front of Halliburton?
Come on, he's talking about no. He just said.
But that's the point. That's the point.
Said he thinks Dame Dollar should still be starting over a guy who's leading his team with the Knicks, who has a better probably rep from everybody that's watching this video this year. He's having a way better season than Dame. He should be Jalen Brunson should be starting.
That's a
But
fact.
this is an all-star game.
The
You want to make
Bucks
it a
are
popularity
highest
contest. That's BS, bro.
The Bucks are highest.
Ticket.
Yes, they
No,
are.
I'm talking about the level they're playing. With the C's, they're still right there, but the level they're
I don't
playing,
think that matters.
Jalen Brunson's playing at a whole different level than Dame Dollar.
The Knicks
But
are
because
rocking
Ron want to have a popularity contest, he want to have Dame. People tired of that, bro. It's time to get the
Neither
new
of them
guys.
should be starting if we're keeping it
De'Aaron
above.
Fox should not get deprived because of Steph Curry's history, bro. He should not. De'Aaron Fox out here averaging damn near 30 a game, Ron, and his team is in the playoff picture. But because you want to put
he should be an All-Star because he's one of the most exciting players in the
Over
NBA.
who? Over who, Ron?
Over who? Hold on, let me pull this drift up.
Well, this dude's sad.
Please.
Who should be an all-star, Ron?
He said
Watch Ron.
Trae Young.
Because he's one of the more exciting players in the NBA.
I'm just trying to figure out 27 and 11. If that's not an all-star, what is an all-star?
Paul
Ron,
George and Kawhi should be there.
who does De'Aaron take out, Ron? Who does De'Aaron take out, Ron?
Get Cat out of here.
De'Aaron Fox?
Get
Cat
Cat
out of
here.
Easy pickings. Easy pickings.
Oh my
Of course
God.
you say that, Ron. Of course you say that.
It's an All-Star game. Who wants to see
Disgraceful.
Cat run around and shoot threes?
I want to see him shoot threes. I
think
mean, we want to see
Cat-
Steph do
Cat
it.
is
I want
All-Star
to see
game
it.
I think
Yeah,
Cat would be good for the
That's a
All-Star
fun
game.
watch.
He
That's
just
a
had
fun watch.
62, Ron.
But you want to see Kawhi, Ron? You want to see Kawhi?
Ron, you're a disgrace, bro.
Do you want to see Kawhi?
Ron arguing from the
Time
point
out,
of
time out.
entertainment.
I'll answer the
is
Kawhi
just
question.
losing, man.
But you, Ox and Shaq, I know y'all.
Do you want to see?
I know how you guys really think. You
Man,
guys
Shaq,
need
he
to
wanna
tell
Shaq,
me
he
that
wants
Yeah, this
Trae
is sad
Young.
ticket. I'm
He
with you. This
wants
is
Trae
sad.
Young
Ron's
in
off the
All-Star
hinges.
game, bro.
How do we police the host?
I'm-
How do we
I-
police
I-
the police? This is crazy.
boycott the All-Star game. Boycott the All-Star game. I would not be participating in any All-Star activity.
Yeah, Ron.
at
Okay.
all.
How do we police the
Not
police?
Marshmallow soup. And you need to tell me you believe he should be
Yeah.
But Speaking of monster, I gotta go pour some cereal real quick. I'll be
So
right
who?
back.
What's it called, Ron? So as of right now, Ron, just so we clear, no Embiid and no Julius Randle in the All-Star game. Who is replacing them dudes?
In the East?
Who is replacing them?
The first one is easy. It's obviously Trae Young.
No, it's not.
No, it's not,
bro.
Ron. No, it's not.
Ron, he's losing.
No,
Ron,
it's not.
I think you guys is winning right now. That should be in the
No,
All-Star
it's
game.
not.
Ron. That's crazy, bro. Hold on. Let's start right here. Chilltown.
It's a
Let's
fucking
start
All-Star
Let's start
game.
right now.
What are we talking about?
Put the
It's
East
an
squad,
All-Star
put the East
game.
squad,
We're not talking about the All-NBA. We're not talking about the playoffs. We're talking about an All-Star game.
Ron, do me one favor, Ron. Put the East squad back up right now. Put the East squad right back up right now. I'm about to tell you right now who should be on there because you're captain. So look at the East squad right now. Chilltown, you know who should be up there for the East squad? Porzingis.
I agree with that.
I think Jared Allen.
Porzingis over Jaylen Brown.
No, I ain't going that far. But
Jaylen Brown will get the Chilltown. Have you not watched Jaylen Brown this season?
Hey, Ticket, I do agree with you right now.
That was a gift decision. So Porzingis, if they're going to change anybody for Embiid, it should be Porzingis. That's one in the East, Ron, over Trae Young. Secondly in the East, if we're doing replacements, who's the other player they say is replacing Mars?
Julius Randle.
You're replacing Julius Randle in the East? So let's go for another big then. Since we're gonna put another big forward in there. How about Mikal Bridges?
I think that's Scotty Barnes. I think that's Scotty Barnes' spot, to be honest.
Mikal Bridges has a better record.
Mikal Bridges is the 11th.
Mikal Bridges is averaging what?
Why is it Mikal Bridges or not Jimmy Butler?
Because Jimmy Butler hasn't played enough games.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It should matter. It should matter because remember when Penny Hardaway made the All-Star team, Chilltown, and the man I remember when Grant Hill started. I remember when Grant Hill was voted into the All-Star game in 2001. I remember that.
Chill. As my brother, it should matter. It should matter because you should have to play a certain amount of games to be eligible to play in the All-Star team.
No doubt. Grant Hill started in the All-Star game, and he didn't even play in the All-Star game in 2001. He played 4 games that year. He didn't even play.
Right. So what Mars just said was I disagree with. So it should be not Jimmy Butler because he hadn't played enough games. Jimmy Butler missed way too many games this season.
How many games is Buckets missed
So
this year?
it should be Mikal Bridges. Look, the Brooklyn Nets are still in the picture, right? They're in the play-in picture, right?
They're behind the Hawks, but I mean,
If the season ended today, they're out. If the season ended today, Brooklyn is out.
Oh, they fell out the 10th seed?
Yeah, they out.
Yep.
Atlanta's in it.
Okay, so who's up there right now, Chill? Is in front of them is who?
Atlanta's
Chicago,
Atlanta,
Orlando, Miami, Indiana.
Oh, well, let's go. Hold on. Let's start right there in Chicago then. You got to go with DeMar DeRozan then over what's it called the way he do. I mean, to be honest, he got a better record. Say what?
Why?
He has a better record than Trae Young.
No. Not why do you think he should be in an All-Star game? Why are you doing this?
Because you're capping for Trae Young.
In All-Star game. You can't stay here and
Bridges
tell me that with these other guys, you would rather watch DeMar DeRozan.
Mars, who else is up there for the Orlando Magic? What's up, boys, name for the Orlando Magic?
Franz hasn't played enough games. He hasn't played enough
games. That's right. He did miss games. I forgot, Mars. Keep going, Mars. Who else is up there? What other team is up there?
Indiana.
Keep going.
Jimmy Butler.
Philly.
Oh, Cleveland. No. Time out. Pascal Siakam made it, right?
No.
We'll put him in there.
Is that your dude, Pascal Siakam?
And Chilltown, did y'all hear what happened last night in the All-Star game, Ron?
The All-Star game? What happened?
Doc Rivers is going to be coaching the All-Star game.
No, he is not.
Yes, he is. Because Missoula can't coach it 2 years in a row. They talked about it on Inside the NBA last night. They were dying laughing. Doc Rivers will be coaching the East in the All-Star game because the East coach can't coach 2 years in a row that you won the East. So he goes to the second place guy. That's the same thing happened when Tyrese.
Well, it depends on if they keep that second. Just so you know, the Knicks are half a game out the first spot, out the second seed, and Cleveland is a game out the second seed. So it depends on if they keep that spot. And Milwaukee has lost their last 2 games, so I'm not sure if they're going to stay at the number 2 spot. Not sure.
Ron is crazy. Ron really think this fool really think Trae Young the way the Hawks have looked this year. Ron, you are disgusting, bro. I hate you, bro. Real talk, bro.
Trae Young is the best point guard in the East.
That you're sad, bro.
Trae Young is the best point guard in the Eastern Conference. Why should he not be starting? Matter of fact, why should he not?
Because the team hasn't won enough games. That's
bro.
the reason. So we know the answer to the question. The answer's not going to change. So well, Trae doesn't deserve it. Just give it to the playoffs. There we go.
That's a valid reason. I don't care how y'all feel about it. That's a valid reason to not be starting the All-Star game. I do think that Trae Young probably should have got in the All-Star game though. Somewhere. I don't know who comes out though.
Would they record by?
It's hard though. I mean, Dame Lillard, Tyrese Maxey and Tyrese Halliburton. So I mean, they're all playing their ass off though, right? So it's like, who comes out?
Mm-hmm.
Who else is on the
Who do you think should come out, Mars?
Tyrese Maxey has no business being an All-Star.
Tyrese Maxey?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna play with that, but Tyrese been
balling.
Tyrese Maxey averaging like 27.
He's the worst guard here by far.
He's the worst.
Is he playing like that right now, though, Mars?
Your issue, Mars, with Tyrese Halliburton is his shot creation. That's your issue with him. It's always been that. Maxey, I'm talking about Halliburton. Maxey, that's your issue with him. So with that being said, Mars, can we explain, as being an all-star in the East, can we explain what is he, 26 and 8? Can we explain that?
He's the worst. He's the worst guard there. He's worse than Donovan Mitchell. He's worse than Jalen Brunson. He's worse than Dame. He's worse than who's the other guard who made it? Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Dame, and himself. Yeah, he's worse than all of them, and he's worse than Trae Young. So he has to come.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that, Morris. I do think of these guards, Tyrese Maxey is probably the bottom of that bunch.
That was the other guard.
Jaylen Brown's a forward though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I would take Jaylen Brown off if he was as a guard. I would take him off instead of Maxey. I have no problem with that. But he's a wing, so
that's outrageous, Morris. But either way, I agree with you that he's probably the worst of this bunch. But I mean, he's not playing like it though. Tyrese is balling right now. Yeah, this echo is crazy.
I will give Tyrese credit.
I don't know. No,
because after it came out, he got a lot of criticism, and it was a lot of backlash that Trae Young should have made it, and Tyrese Maxey shouldn't be there, and all of this good stuff. But I mean, he followed. So on top of him averaging 26, 6 and 3, the Sixers being a top 3 team, or well, they've slipped a little bit. They're the 5th seed right now, but for the most part, being a top 3 seed in the conference. And on top of that, him having 250 balls this year, including last night, him going for 51. He has put up a good year.
Yeah. If we just go based off of who's simply just the best player, I would prefer to go off who's playing better right now, if that's what we're going off. If we're going off just pure who's the best players, I think Tyrese is playing better right now.
Than who?
Than Trae and Dame.
Nah, Ron said that Trae's the best point guard in the East.
He could be the best point guard in the East, but I don't think he's playing. I don't think he has nice stats though. He does. But I do think that they're playing better than Trae. Except I can see Dame, maybe not Dame.
And so this is when you guys never want to account for situations. Ever.
What kind of situations, Ron?
Ever.
Like what?
Ever.
Like what?
Okay, Ron. So what situation are we talking about?
Trae with Giannis, they're at the top of the conference this year. Trae with Joel Embiid, they're at the top of the conference.
He's not with Joel Embiid.
I know he's not, and he's balling. But I'm saying he would be winning if he was on a good team. Like these guys are on a bomb team. Jaylen Brown.
Is he playing better? Is he playing better than Jalen Brunson? I'm not talking about simply look at what he's averaging. Is his game? Is he playing better than these guys? If you think he's playing better than them right now, then okay, no argument. I have no argument.
He goes before Dame. Dame got both. Dame is starting, but Trae Young goes before him. And you're not going to sell me on the percentages logic. You're not selling me on the percentages logic. No, I'm not trying to hear that. Because Dame isn't exactly lighting it up. I think he shoots the same from the field as what Trae Young does. Mic check. Is that me?
Nah, you good.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right, y'all. Is there anything else y'all want to touch on regarding these All-Stars?
I think Jared Allen is an All-Star, Mars. Julius Randle and Joel Embiid are coming off. One of those replacements is going to be Jared Allen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I know. Trae Young rejects being an All-Star reserve injury replacement. He did it in 21. So
why do you think he rejected it? That's stupid. That's on your
because if he doesn't get voted in, he doesn't want to get in on a technicality. I'm assuming. I don't.
He's a dummy because that goes on your all-time. That goes
goes
on your All-Star.
Good for him. I guess he doesn't care. If he doesn't get voted in, he doesn't want to get in because someone else got hurt. So he says no.
Shouldn't get in there. He should never be in.
Yeah, well, he should get voted in when he deserves it. Like the last 2 years, he's deserved it. But I mean, so Jared Allen is possible. I think Scotty Barnes should have made it anyway. So I'm assuming he'd make it in one of the injury spots. I'm assuming.
I know that they're all losing. Do you think he has do you think he's playing better than Mikal Bridges this year?
Yes, I think he's playing better than Paolo.
Wow.
When Paolo made it. So.
What is Mikal Bridges averaging this year, Mars? Like 20?
Like 22? I don't know.
Is he still? Do y'all still consider him one of the best wing defenders in the league?
No. Well, he's not playing like it, but he's averaging 22. Yeah, 22.
When I look at the Western Conference, right? I can definitely see that, Paul George is doing work, right? Paul George is doing work, but is he doing more work than Lauri Markkanen? I mean, is he doing more work than
on a winning team, chill?
Stop with the winning team logic, Ticket.
It's going to be the response every time you name a team with a bad record.
Winning logic. DeMar DeRozan made the All-Star team last year. They was in 9th place in Chicago.
No, listen, hold on. Listen what I'm saying to you, though. It has to mean, hold on, but listen what I'm saying. It means something to the NBA.
No, it doesn't.
Hold on. Let me finish my sentence, though. It means something to the NBA when you have a record of being an All-Star and you're on a winning team. So when you have a record of being an All-Star in the league, a perennial All-Star, and you're on a winning team, they're going to give you that nod regardless because you're going to get the respect off the coaches and stuff like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And off the players. That's the reason why. That's the reason why it's hard for De'Aaron Fox to get in because he don't have that perennial record yet, and then the coaches and the players is ganging up against him. And Bob is right about that. They're ganging up against those guys because those guys ain't a part of their little buddy group.
Cartel is what you're talking about. So
I wouldn't even say about that for one team. I'm just saying like they're not in that little group of guys. Like for example, Paul George has been an All-Star since he's been in Indiana. So people are always going to keep voting him in the All-Star until his time run out. They're cheating these other guys. Like Bob said, I agree with Bob. They're cheating Sabonis. They're cheating De'Aaron Fox and these guys out of All-Star games. These guys out here winning games playing good basketball. They're doing it because those guys haven't been in the circle since they started, like the first 3 or 4 years in the league. Those Paul George has. That's the difference. Paul George's been an All-Star his 3rd, 4th year in the league. He's an All-Star. He's been one ever since pretty much.
So he's getting it on reputation. So he's basically
that's
getting
what
it
I'm
on
saying.
reputation.
Right. See what I'm saying? So Luka, he'll get it every single year, regardless of what Dallas does, because of reputation.
Because he's
but
built
a guy
up
who earns it, huh?
So because he's built up a reputation. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm saying it's wrong because Bob's guys have built up a reputation the last few years. And didn't they make it last year, Bob?
Yes, both of them did.
Right. And that's hate right there, bro. If you both
De'Aaron made it on the injury. De'Aaron wasn't in there.
Yeah, but Sabonis was, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's AD's team.
Yeah,
that's AD's. That's Rich Paul and them. That's Rich Paul and them that did that. Man, I appreciate y'all. I will be on playback at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, kicking ass and taking names. Y'all already know what it is. There ain't no let up over here.
I'm coming through there. I think I'm gonna come through there and check that out. Yeah, I'm
pull up there and Claire, holler at your boy, hop in and Impala with your boy. You know what it is.
Yeah, I'm coming through there. I'm gonna check that out, no doubt.
Y'all see it, y'all hear it. Mm-hmm. Player's Choice and Ticket TV on playback today. Y'all be sure to tap in. If you haven't downloaded the Player's Choice app, or the Playback TV app, go ahead and do that. Hey, we've been getting busy on Playback. We've been getting very busy. And right after that, too, tonight, the Houston Rockets are playing the Toronto Raptors, and Mars and Dub will have a watch party on there as well, right after Ticket. So be sure to tap in and check out both of them tonight because they both gonna be crazy entertaining. Yo, Dom,
hey, Damo, pass that, B.
You know I will.
All right, fellas, I got super chats. I got a bunch of super chats, so let's go ahead and get into them, and then we're gonna get into the games from last night. Justin from the top, speaking of Playback, said, I missed Playback for Open Gym yesterday. Is there a way to rewatch the episodes? Unfortunately, Justin, if you missed it, you missed it. It's one of those things where you got to catch it live, otherwise you're going to miss it, which is why you don't want to miss this today. And you don't want to miss Mars and Dub's Playback on the Toronto Raptors and the Houston Rockets later tonight. Be sure to tap in, check it out. Also, if you haven't liked the video, it's a good time to like the video right now. Once again, download playback.tv, the app, and follow our room, join our room, Player's Choice. As you know, it's a new year, new style. If it's a $25 super chat, we will change the topic immediately. So if you don't like what we're talking about, if you don't like Ox's propaganda about the Lakers media cartel, then send through a super chat supporting the Lakers media cartel, and we'll talk about it. $10 super chat. We're going to read your super chat as soon as we can, which is what I'm doing right now with Almighty Lambo. He said Mike Brown got fired after 5 games on the Lakers. By the way, he won a Coach of the Year with Bron. Nobody is absolving Bron completely, but Ham has been terrible as well.
Has it ever crossed these guys' minds, Ron, that they shouldn't have been hyping up this weak ass roster in the summer when I was trying to tell them? And then now that they're starting to see that Darvin Ham can't implement things with some of these players,
what happened?
It's not his fault.
So Bob, what happened? What happened? What did we see last season from the trade deadline to the end of the season that changed? I mean, we talking about a team that got hot, right? We talking about a team that got hot and marched through the playoffs. What changed? Because they basically ran it back. Why are we not seeing the same thing that we saw from last year?
I think at the beginning, I think Vanderbilt's more important than a lot of people say. So when he was injured, I think that kind of slowed down their start. Right. Other than that, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe because Bron's been playing great. Maybe the other teams just got better. D'Lo, I don't think he's just started playing like this recently. So the beginning of the season, as y'all know, I wasn't on the D'Lo train. I'm still not. I don't really care much for D'Lo's game. He's been playing great recent though. I do understand that.
Right.
I don't know. But they not. You know what I'm saying? They're just not what they thought they were gonna be. They got Gabe Vincent Chilltown. Everybody caused a big deal about that. I mean, I know he's been injured, whatever, but that wasn't gonna do much for them. You know what I'm saying? Christian Wood. Oh my God, we signed Christian Wood. Like, big deal. These offseason acquisitions, Taurean Prince. And then the thing about it is they say people are upset about his rotations, right? And they're like, well, why is this guy doing this? He's not good at that. Let's not ask Darvin Ham why is he playing these guys? Why are they on the team? And why aren't they good enough? That's the question. Why aren't you getting better? Why am I getting blamed for playing you instead of you just getting better? Yeah, Damo, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get better at your craft. I can't just not play people.
Name the players you're talking about.
Jackson Hayes, Christian Wood, Taurean Prince.
Outside, I mean,
even Jared Vanderbilt at some points in his game. D'Angelo Russell until of late. These guys.
Let me ask, a guy like Christian Wood, how are you supposed to get better or build consistency if you're not getting consistent playing time on the court? If your minutes are spotty, how do you build consistency that way? Because you're a new guy on the roster.
Being a professional, getting better on the off time, getting better, during the summertime, getting better.
That's whack. There's no way you're about to tell me a guy like Christian Wood, he's getting inconsistent playing time. He's getting DNPs randomly. He's getting 15 minutes here, 25 minutes here, 7 minutes this week, 15 minutes these 2 games. but he's supposed to just be a
that's
professional.
that's the life. That's the life of a role player. That's the life of a role player.
Again, a guy like Rui Hachimura, who you're not bringing up, someone who should have been getting consistent minutes since day one, wasn't. That was an important piece last year. You gotta look at it. The way I look at it when it comes to the Lakers, and the reason why this roster isn't succeeding like last year's roster, even though before the trade deadline we were a way worse team than what we are this year going to the trade deadline. This team is better than it was last year at this time. The guys that we're expecting to do things aren't getting consistent playing time.
You're not going to get consistent playing time, Dom.
You should though. That's
why. That's not how it works. Every game is different. Every game is different.
Stop. If you have a solid 8-man rotation, those 8 niggas should be getting consistent minutes. Am I bugging?
Yes, you're bugging. You're bugging. Yes, because that's the life of a role player. That's the life of a role player.
So what was the point of bringing him back if he's not going to get consistent playing time?
And not only that, that logic doesn't work. No, that logic doesn't work.
We need you
because Malik Monk is a role player and he get consistent minutes.
But once again, y'all want everything to be the same. That's what I be talking about.
Ox, you got the best rotation player in the league, and Malik Monk, he gets rotation minutes.
Yes, because he needs to get those minutes.
Why does he need to get those minutes, Big Ox?
Because Chilltown, that's how the Kings are set up. I'm talking about every team, every coach is not the same. As a role player, I need you to be ready when I call for you. If you play 7 games today, I need you to go play your ass off for 7 minutes and give me that 7 minutes worth of production. If the next day, if I need you to play 23 minutes, I need you to get your ass in there for 23 minutes.
Ox, no.
And I need
yes. Ox, because how am I supposed to play? No, it's not. Ox,
how are you supposed to? Because you're a professional. You have to be a professional. You don't got 20 minutes to get warm, Chilltown.
This is
you
nonsense,
got 8 minutes today to give me 8 minutes to good basketball.
So essentially what you're telling me is that I'm going to feed you
capping
today.
For professionals is insane.
I'm gonna. We're not capping for professionals. Ox, what you're going to do is you're going to feed me a whole plate today, but then tomorrow I'm going to get an appetizer. But be ready because you might get a whole plate tomorrow, and then the next day after that, you might get an appetizer. You might get a whole plate. How am I supposed to come to work every day?
Those are two completely different things. One is
because Malik Monk is evidence of that. Malik Monk gets consistent minutes every night. Not only does Malik Monk get consistent minutes every night, Bobby Portis gets consistent minutes every night. Why does Bobby Portis get consistent minutes every night? Because he's producing. You know why he's getting consistent minutes? You know why he's producing? Because he's getting consistent minutes. He's not getting 7 minutes and then 22 minutes and then 6 minutes and then 30 minutes. I can't produce like that.
For somebody that's played as much basketball as you, this is mind-boggling for me to think that you believe that every game my 8th man is going to get the same amount of minutes, even no matter who we're playing. No matter who we're playing, these things are situational. Rui Hachimura matches up with other teams better than other teams. Same thing with Jared Vanderbilt. He can play against these players certain nights. Christian Wood, you can play against these players certain nights, but sometimes you're going to be outmatched. Sometimes they're going to go small. Sometimes they're going to go big. Sometimes that matters. My star players, you're playing these consistent minutes. My other 4 or 5 role players, it's going to be intertwined on which one of y'all are hot, which one of y'all had a good week of shooting, who we're playing against, what is your skill set. That's just how basketball works.
Can I just ask you a question? Can I just ask you a question? So you believe all role players, no matter who it is, no matter who the role player is, what the role is, all role players are subjected to have inconsistent spotty minutes. That's just fine because it depends on.
Not all of them, no. Not all of them, no.
So not all of them. So it depends on the role player, right?
It depends on the coach. It depends on the team. It depends on the
coach. It depends on the team. Okay, hold on, Ox. So you're telling me not each. So it doesn't mean every role player should be getting inconsistent minutes. Just certain ones. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. Certain role players, depending on the matchup, the coach, the scheme, the fit. The schematics.
This is so not black and white. This is so not cookie cutter. It just depends on who you are, who your coach is, and what.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it like this. I don't want to harp on this because this is just we're just gonna agree to disagree. There's no point in trying. No one's mind getting changed. I'm gonna just say this: as a Laker fan, to me, it makes no damn sense to bring back a guy like Rui on the money we brought him back to for him to be getting inconsistent minutes compared to a guy like Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince throughout the entire season has gotten consistent minutes, consistently played around the same batch of minutes, or if he needs to start, he plays starter minutes. But a guy like Rui, who we brought back and paid on an extension, is not getting those minutes. Christian Wood, I can agree with you, Oxton. F it. Christian Wood gets certain matchups, certain lineups, certain time. I can agree with that. That's cool.
Mhm.
There is no situation, there is no matchup to where Taurean Prince should steadily get these minutes and Rui shouldn't, especially seeing how good Rui is. And on top of that, Gabe Vincent, when he was healthy, again, another player that we signed on a mid-level exception and brought onto the team who got consistent minutes when he was healthy. When he was healthy, he played the first 5 games of the season. Was it not 30 plus, 30 plus, 30 plus, 25 plus, 25 plus? Gabe Vincent, when he's healthy, is in the lineup. No matter what the matchup is. If a team's playing big, we're running 3 guards to get Gabe Vincent on the court. That was the thing Darvin Ham did. So there's no way, Ox, you're going to sit here with a straight face and honestly believe a guy like Gabe Vincent and Torrey Prince as role players can dead ass get consistent minutes. They deserve consistent minutes, whatever it is. But a guy like Rui alone, I won't even say Christian Wood. That's fine. He's a big. He has one way of playing. Cool. Rui, who we brought back from the team last year, that was doing work. Rui was one of the reasons why we were such a good team and got to the Western Conference Finals. There's no reason why that man is going into this season after spending the entire summer with LeBron James, being LeBron James' protege, all the shit they were saying in the offseason, doing all that work just to come in and not even be able to consistently get 22 to 25 minutes. That's dumb. And I'm not sure
why. I'm not sure what
the entire coaching staff in the front office. I'm not going to sit there and say it's a lumphead problem. I'm going to say every coach and everyone in the front office is to blame for that because it's dumb. It just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once again, like I said, I don't know why he's doing what he's doing or what he wants from each player, but there's a reason for it.
Yo, Damo, but that's part of the reason why I said you guys desperately need a trade. Not because I do think you guys need to get better, but this is my thing. With Darvin Ham, he can't differentiate the 6th player from the 11th player because you guys literally can go 11 deep on any given night. You have 6 players off the bench that can play any given night. So I'm saying like he has too many options. I sincerely believe his rotations would be tighter and his rotations would be better if he had a situation like the Nuggets where it's like I really can only go 3 deep, and if I have to, I'll go 4 deep on the bench. I think he just has too many options, and it's throwing him off. He's like, okay, this guy's not playing good, so let me go with this guy. Or maybe I think that this guy's a better matchup for this guy, so let's do this. Or you know what? Tonight we're just going to go small. Maybe that'll work better. Or let's just try to go big, and maybe I can run Brown and point guard. He has too many options, and that's what's throwing Darvin Ham off, I believe. I think if you guys traded a few of those guys off the bench and got a better player and then lessened your rotation, I think your rotations would be a lot more consistent, and I think that would help Darvin Ham a whole lot more.
I just have a difficult time, Damo, with a guy being consistently productive when I'm not getting consistent minutes. I'm having a really difficult time with that. How am I going to be productive? And I don't know what world you live in where Taurean Prince should be playing 30 minutes a night.
Y'all have heard me say I think Rui's the 3rd best player on the team. So Damo, I stand with you when I think Rui should be playing. Rui should be starting. I don't think it's no ifs, ands,
all
or
the
buts.
guys we brought back last year, Vanderbilt, Rui, those 2 guys should have been that should be the 6th and 7th man, in my opinion. If they are going to come off the bench, those should be the 2 guys.
Regardless of what's going on, whatever night, regardless of what's going
on, those 2 guys should be the first 2 guys. I understand Vanderbilt, and health is a reason why we're in this situation as well, because to start the season off, Vando wasn't there. So we had to experiment with guy 9, guy 10. We had to give Cam Reddish a bigger opportunity. Other guys kept getting hurt, so other guys had to be thrusted into these opportunities, whatever. But as of right now, as it stands, if Vando and Rui is there, they should be getting a bulk of the minutes off the bench. Christian Wood, in my opinion, because we need bigs, he should be getting more consistent minutes. In my opinion,
Hayes should be playing more too.
I don't know about that one. I mean, I
think here's why. Because I'm sorry,
Mars. I did not say that the Lakers are too good for Darvin Ham. That's not what I insinuated.
What you said.
No, that's not what I said. I said he has too many options. Hey,
yes.
Hey, honestly, what the point I'm trying to make is the bench is damn near too mid. That's more so the point that I'm making. I'm saying he has too many guys to fall on. Whether it's, I never said Rui was too good. I do like Rui, but I never said Rui was too good. I never said Max Christie was too good. I never said Taurean Prince, Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, Hood Schifino. I never said those guys were too good. Never insinuated that they were that good. what I'm saying is he can play these
doesn't
guys
mean the
on any
individual
given night.
talents are too good. And the team being too good doesn't mean each player on an individual level is too good. But if a coach has that many options and that luxury of he has this guy who can do this and this guy can do this, and he can go big if he wants, he can go small if he wants, but then he has guys who can run point at 6'9", but then he has this guy who can also handle the ball. You're saying he has too many options. That means his roster is too good.
No,
and he doesn't know what to do with a roster that is that versatile. It
actually is the contrary. And that's why I said they need to trade and get a better player. They need to get
some
of these guys that are all
mid-level
players. They need to trade these guys that are all mid-level players.
There's a candy store. There's all this candy. I don't know what candy I want. But if you only give me 3 options of candy, it's easier to make a decision. That's what you're saying.
Or Mars,
his roster has too much versatility, too many things it can do, too many ways it can play, and he doesn't know what to do with that. The roster is too good for a coach like Darvin Ham, who needs if my team can only play this way, that's what I need. That's exactly what I need.
The candy
You're
store
saying the roster can do too many things, and he don't know what to do with a roster that can do that many things.
Ron, that candy store that you're in, pick some candy, but it's called a good problem, even if it's a problem. Because you do have a plethora of candy.
It's not a good problem if you're going to be in a candy store for 30 minutes, not being able to choose what you want.
It's a good thing for a good coach. Like when the 2020 Lakers had that problem, where Frank Vogel had all these options of who he could use. He could go big against this team, but then he can go small against this team.
He's Darvin
run the point, but then he also has Rondo who can run the point.
Coach.
That's my point. Darvin Ham is not good enough to coach a team like this. That's the point.
Then that's what it is. And I agree with you. And I think they need to lessen their rotation.
Get rid of the coach instead of making the roster worse to suit the bad coach.
Are they going to do that?
But I'm saying if there's 2 options, one option is make the roster worse so the bad coach can have his job easier.
I'm not saying I think the roster gets better
and keep the roster good.
If you get DeJounte Murray, the roster actually gets better. I think if you get Alex,
DeJounte for who? DeJounte for who? DeJounte for who?
We've talked about this, Damo.
Yeah, but it's going to be
DeJounte for D'Lo. Hey, even DeJounte for D'Lo.
Okay.
And I don't know, D'Lo and we can say D'Lo and Jared Vanderbilt. And it can even be Max Christie. D'Lo, Jared Vanderbilt, Max Christie.
Okay, and then how are we getting Caruso?
You're going to have a 7-man rotation.
And then Damo's problem would be answered. He'll have a consistent rotation.
It wouldn't be answered. We have a new problem, Ron. Hey, Ron, do me a favor. Think about the Lakers roster.
Every team has a problem.
No.
Every team has a problem.
Name me the point guards for this team.
Never going to eliminate. It's not
Ron, name me the point guards for this team. Name me the ball handlers. Name me the playmakers for this team.
What for the new team?
The table setters for the
new team or this current
team.
But
no. The current team right now. Name the playmakers, the ball handlers, the table setters. LeBron,
D'Angelo Russell,
who is struggling to ask the coaches to play him a point guard. So I don't even want to consider him a point guard because they're not letting him play point guard. But okay, LeBron, D'Angelo Russell, who else?
The fact that he had to
Austin Reeves at times.
Austin Reeves, who else?
Russell.
Gabe Vincent when he comes back.
Yeah, Gabe Vincent.
No. So as of right now, fuck when Gabe Vincent comes back. He's not here. He's not. Jay Hood is a rookie, and he's damn sure not ready to play. So I'm not counting Jay Hood. That's 3 players, Ron. Now, if we trade for Austin Reeves, and if we trade for
Murray,
Murray, and Alex Caruso, who are we trading?
D'Lo, like I said,
and who else?
I said Jared Vanderbilt.
Yesterday you said D'Lo.
It sounds like you niggas suck for real.
Yesterday you said D'Lo and Austin Reeves both should be traded for X player, right?
I said in 2 separate trades. I said
2 separate trades. Right? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So that leaves LeBron, and now we're bringing on DeJounte Murray as our what? Now we're going down one.
Alex Caruso can handle the ball. He did it in the championship team. Alex Caruso can't bring the ball up the floor.
I ain't even going to vouch for Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso is not a playmaker.
Ron, get off that ledge. Alex Caruso was a defender.
Supreme playmaker. I'm
I
saying
asked for playmakers. I'm not asking for guys to walk the ball up the court.
Check this out. Okay, get Alex Caruso out of here. LeBron James, DeJounte Murray, and you still got Gabe Vincent. That's three ball handlers.
He
cooked.
Stop talking about fucking Gabe Vincent, bro. Stop bringing up Gabe Vincent.
Wrong
Gabe
cooking.
Vincent has played 6 games this season. Stop
And
telling me
coming
about
back
Gabe
soon.
Vincent.
He coming
Stop.
back
No,
soon.
he's in trade talks. He's about to be gone. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to trade him for another guard. I don't even know how we can trade a nigga that hasn't played this season. That's crazy. I thought you couldn't trade injured players.
You
That's
traded Kendrick
wild.
Nunn.
You did trade Kendrick.
Don't
Nunn.
get me
That did happen.
started on Kendrick Nunn.
Gabe
Oh
Vincent,
my
your new
God.
Kendrick Nunn. That's what that was.
He really is. I don't understand how we're counting Gabe Vincent. I haven't seen what did Gabe Vincent do when he played for us this season. What
He was
has he done?
hooping. I remember.
No, he was not hooping. No, he was not. He was
Mars,
not
you shut
hooping.
Nah, Gabe
Mars,
Vincent was a hoop.
Mars is trolling me right now. Mars, stop
Straight-
trolling, bro.
Straight
Is
trolling,
this your troll
bro.
for the week? Is this your troll for the week?
I don't know how Gabe Vincent was hooping. He had a game with 9 points.
A game with 9 points, man. All right, bro. All I'm saying is,
Mars, he cooked.
looking, and I'm just comparing it from what I heard. I'm just comparing it to the roster we had last year that went into the playoffs, took us to the conference finals. I mean, hell, we had more than. Let me double check to make sure. I know we had more than 3 guys that could make a play for somebody that could create. And we did have more than 3 guys: D'Lo, Bron, Schroeder, James. I said James already. Reeves. And is there another person? Am I missing somebody? I'm not missing nobody.
How many
From last year,
playmakers
the
do
team
you
that
need?
went the team that went to the
To the
that got us to the
Western
conference finals.
Championship.
That's 4. That's
Damo, how many
4. Mix
playmakers
and
do you
match.
need? How many playmakers do you need?
More than 3 if you're not letting Bron play point guard.
You can never have enough playmakers. But I'm saying that the Nuggets.
You
won a
can have too
championship
little.
with
You can have
essentially
too little
two
amount of
playmakers.
playmakers. You can have
They
too little amount
essentially
of
had
playmakers.
2 playmakers. They had a supreme playmaker, Jokic, which the Lakers do, LeBron. Then they had Jamal Murray, and the Lakers will DeJounte Murray.
Shout out Reggie Jackson. I don't think he
Okay,
played,
we can
actually.
shout out Reggie, but we can't shout out Gabe Vincent.
Respect Bruce Brown pick and rolls, please.
I
All right,
mean,
respect Anthony Davis.
That's what I'm
respect
saying.
Anthony
Like,
Davis what?
I mean, can't we
I'm
just
not gonna
run,
lie. AD's playmaking on the post has improved this year. I will say that.
Respect AD.
can we just run some offense and
I mean, I
They
don't
run
know. Ask
some
your coach.
offense.
Can we run some offense?
shoot up and shots? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Instead of making a trade, I mean, if they just packed up the coach like the Bucks did, they'll be better. In my opinion.
Are the Bucks better right now?
That's a fair point too, boy.
Yeah, but they packed up their coach for Doc Rivers.
But what coach would? And my question would be, if it's about packing up the coach, are we just about to have the interim coach? Phil, we're about to have Phil's be the interim coach for the team because there's no signing somebody to come on and savage this, is it? What's the coach that can come in and? I'm not sure about that.
And Mars, that's because you made a fair point. You was like, why basically chop up the roster to basically make the coach better when you can get a coach to fit this roster. I think it's easier to make a couple trades and put a better roster around Darvin. That's more
bring a
competent for
coach
him.
like Nate McMillan, who doesn't have a job right now. That's just impossible.
I like Nate. Do you think he works? With this
More than
roster
Darvin Ham, yes. More than
this
Darvin
roster is
Ham.
currently constructed. You think Nate
More
would
than
step
Darvin
in?
Ham, yeah. I mean,
In the middle of the season, I don't know if I love that.
depends on how you feel
I'm not
about
gonna act like-
Budenholzer. I mean, like there's coaches who exist who I think are all better than Darvin Ham. But yeah, Bud is available.
What?
I'll take Budenholzer.
No way.
Bud is better than Darvin
I'll
Ham.
take
Like,
Budenholzer over him. I ain't gonna lie.
wait, how is Bud not better than Darvin Ham? Like, I don't even think Bud is very good, but he's better than Darvin Ham.
That's the point I'm making, though. Like, I would much rather get some better players in here and work with Darvin Ham than be like, you know what? We'll keep the same mid roster, by the way, mid roster above mid. We'll keep the same above mid roster and just bring in Bud and think he's gonna be our Lord and Savior.
I don't think the roster's mid, but that's just me. I mean, I think they have a good roster.
I don't think the roster's mid either. I think it's definitely misutilized. I've been saying that all year. It's a misutilized roster. And I'm not blaming Ham for misutilizing it. I'm blaming the front office because I know for a fact the front office has something to do with why certain players are being able to play X amount of minutes and other players not. I know for a fact it's a front office move, and I know for a fact this coach is in this nigga Ham's ear giving him bad information. I'm looking at you, DeMar Carroll. I don't know why, but I do want to you got to face the blame. I really want to blame DeMar Carroll.
Get DeMar Carroll on the court. When's the last time he played? He can still give you some minutes.
I thought he was on the coaching staff.
He is on the coaching staff.
Yeah, but I mean, he was in the league like what 4 years ago. He could hoop.
No.
Okay, I guess not.
All right, fellas. Moving along. Wyatt Said Money said Reeves dropped a 32 McNugget on Jayson Tatum and the Celtics. Hashtag LMC.
And they were ethical buckets too. Straight ethics. All ethical buckets for my guy AR. Everybody wondering why I don't want to trade him. That's why. Ethical bucket getter right there. When you need him most, he shows up.
You can call that ethical bucket getter. It's crazy. Man,
He was
like
ethical
it.
last night. Stop. You as ethical as your last game. He was
Okay.
He was very ethical that last game.
It's Mr. GQ to you said, remember when Ticket said Zion was MVP in the first 40 games of the season last year? Then Giannis and Embiid, but not Jokic because his lack of playoff success. What has Shea done thus far? 6 years in.
He played in the playoffs against the Rockets in 2020 and against the Warriors in 2019.
Oh, are we worried about people's past success for a new season's award? Because the awards are a season by season basis. Why?
But that's what we go off of, though, Damo. We can't just look at a guy and yes, absolutely. When we come in here, hey Damo, it's August or it's September. Damo, who's your pick for the league MVP this year? Who do you think is winning the league MVP? You're gonna pick Joker. You're gonna pick Embiid. You're gonna pick Giannis. You're gonna pick Luka or anybody like that. And you're going to pick them based on what you've seen from them in the past. You're not picking them for what you've seen this year coming up. You're going to pick them for what you saw in the past. Same logic with the defensive player of the year. Same logic with the All-Stars. You're going to pick them from what you've seen in the past. That's more times than not what we go off of. However, when you're talking about being a better player, we got to use that same logic. Like, we can't have a guy, we say, when I ask Damo who the league MVP is this year, Damo tells me that it's Giannis or it's whoever it is, but then turn around when a guy hasn't done much, but then this guy is still doing work, but this guy jumps him because he had 1 year where though he hasn't done nearly as much as this guy has done.
No. I understand that in terms of going into a season. All you can go off of is what you have done for me lately, what you did last year, going into the year. But if we're talking about halfway through the season, given projections, what you did last year does not matter for 40 games into the season. That's what I mean. And maybe I misheard or misread that super chat. But if he's saying halfway through the season, X, Y, and Z is getting these nods, but not this guy because he didn't do anything last year.
What's going on right now? Sure.
What does that matter if we're talking about last year? We're talking about guys especially in the middle of the season. So maybe I just heard the super chat wrong.
That's
no, you heard it right. You heard it right. That's just people have players they just don't like, so they're gonna find reasons to not give them awards that they believe hold weight. So they're gonna Embiid can't win MVP because he hasn't got out the second round, or Jokic can't win MVP 3 times in a row because he hasn't won a ring, or Giannis can't win it because he hadn't won a ring. It's like, if you're playing better than everyone, you're the MVP.
King Shada 442 said, I guess punching your teammate in the jaw is good leadership. Maybe Bron should knock Austin Reeves out, Kimbo Slice style, and retire twice to earn Ticket's respect.
Can you imagine? What would be the logic today, guys, if you turned on the TV and you found out that yesterday in practice, Kawhi Leonard punched Terrence Mann in the face? Like, what's the logic?
I'm about to say the same logic with Draymond, the leader of the Warriors, punched one of the
all I heard
in the
was
face.
bad leadership.
Matter of fact, I remember on the panel, people talked about pressing charges.
This one right here. You say you're psycho.
That's
your man, by the way. That's your man.
But that is my man. I'm riding with him. That is my man.
Wait a second, though. I didn't say that Rudy or Jordan or Yusuf or DeMontis should press charges. I said the DA should pick up the case. That's what I said. I ain't say nobody should call. I ain't say nobody should make a report.
Your exact words, if I'm not mistaken, he is a psycho. That's exactly what
he's a psycho. He's a danger to everybody around him. I said
he needs to be locked away. End quote. That's what you said.
I said that in the state of California, assault will get you this, and second degree attempted second degree murder will get you this. I did say that, but I never once said anybody should press charges. All I said was that
he needs to be locked away. End quote.
Yes, because that could get you 5 to 9 in California. That'll get you 5 to 9 in California. That's all I said.
All I know is nostalgia be kicking people tails in the basketball community because all the stuff that people cry about and cry they want, y'all show every day on a daily basis y'all don't want it. Everyone wants somebody with Kevin Garnett's attitude back in the league. But when you see Dylan Brooks do what he does, or Pat Bev do what he does, he's a dirty player. Oh, I don't want this in my NBA. I watched Kevin Garnett hit Channing Frye in the nuts and then just act like nothing happened. And Channing Frye ran up on him. Everybody called it a dog. Oh, it's competitive. But let Draymond hit Steve Adams in the nuts accidentally. Oh, he's a nuisance. Oh, that's not basketball.
You have to be a good. See, this is the thing. It's like trash talking. You have to be a good enough player to get the respect for doing it. If you're a bum doing it, you're not good enough to be doing that. That's how it works. But wait. But then part two. If you're too good and talking to people worse than you, why are you talking to people who aren't on your level? So you can't do that. But then if you're talking to someone better than you, you're not on his level. So why are you talking to him? So you can't do that. And then if you're losing, you can't talk while you're losing. Go win the game. But then if you're winning, why are you talking while you're winning? Just play the game. But really, just shut up and hoop. That's what they really want them to do. But really, you can't shut up. Just go back in the 90s because really, that's when there's real hoops. That's when you could do whatever you wanted and it was fine. So you can't do anything really unless you did it in the 90s. Then you could do anything you want. That's how it works. That's the circle of NBA fandom.
Bring the 90s back. Lord, please.
Exactly.
If you could grant me anything, bring the 90s back. Almighty Lambo. Lambo, you and Ox got something coming? Where's your car keys? Show us them keys. Almighty Lambo said Kobe wasn't a good leader in his late years. Also had coaches fired and quote unquote had 128 players traded as well, by the way. Also requested a trade because he wasn't getting help, but nobody will ever question that.
People did question Kobe's leadership.
I'm gonna say, nah, people do question it with common sense. It's the people that, are only one-sided individuals that won't question it. They only question certain individuals.
People did question Kobe's leadership during his career. Definitely. That was a big thing people questioned. Especially in the post-Shaq years. I would call it bad leadership when you try and prove a point to Charles Barkley by not shooting in Game 7. But people did say he was a bad leader because he was just shooting and didn't get his teammates involved. And then I remember people questioned when he signed that contract after he tore his Achilles and how that was a bad sign of leadership because he basically handicapped the Lakers for a few years. People questioned that. So, Kobe definitely.
Let's not even talk about a wash mamba going around throwing niggas' shoes away when this team is obviously trash. And y'all not good enough to wear my shoes. Or you're talking about Nick Young and 6 man.
Or about how he refused to talk to Smush Parker and basically said he's not good enough to talk to him. Like those type of things. There's many stories.
Or how you pick and choose when you even want to come to practice because you, again, are washed to past your prime.
Y'all are insinuating that Kobe Bryant really threw a game 7?
That you basically told your front office that they need to try and trade Andrew Bynum.
This is what I'm hearing. I've heard this from y'all a bunch of times.
Out of here.
Yes, you can find many instances of bad leadership, but it doesn't.
But I've heard y'all say this a bunch of times, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting the same thing from all three of you. For you too, I guess, Ron. So that's what you guys are insinuating, that Kobe just threw a Game 7 to prove a point to Charles Barkley.
I think he proved the point. I think the point of when people said Kobe's shooting all the shots and he's not giving the ball to his teammates, I do believe Kobe wanted to prove, hey, look, I don't give these guys the ball because they can't do anything without me scoring. I don't know what, because I look at how the Suns were defending him
with the intention
normally
were
there.
With the intention on losing the game, Mars.
No, do I think if they could have won with Kobe doing what he was doing, he would have much preferred that. But I do think Kobe actively chose not to shoot the ball to prove a point, win, lose, or draw. He was trying to prove a point.
In Game 7.
Yes. I don't have any other explanation for why he was passing up shots he would normally take. Maybe he just decided to become a playmaker that game. I don't know.
And
maybe.
Damo, all four of y'all feel this way.
No, just so you know, Ox, in that particular game in Game 7, he did the same thing in 2004 on a Sunday afternoon in Sacramento when they had the Minneapolis Laker uniforms on, where he didn't shoot the ball, and he did it on purpose to prove a point. Shaq's on the team, Gary Payton's on the team, Malone's on the team. He did the exact same thing. I remember watching that game. On a Sunday afternoon, he would not shoot the basketball. He did that on purpose.
Good leadership.
Great leadership, man.
Get your teammates involved. So, I mean, yeah, leadership.
That's that Jordan mentality, bro.
Big Don Rich said if seeding matters, should the All-Star game be after the finals?
They do the Pro Bowl right before the Super Bowl, right?
The Super Bowl, correct. And the
So
best players don't play in it.
So why not do the All-Star game right before the playoffs?
Well, the reason why is because the better players, the Pro Bowl is a bad example because you might have the best team, like, for example, the 49ers. You might have 8 guys off that team in the Pro Bowl. Well, half them dudes ain't going to play. That's half the roster of offense and defensive guys, of starters that are not going to play because of that. And what do you have the Pro Bowl for? You have the Pro Bowl for the fans. These are the guys that they want to see. They're not available.
I guess.
I don't think they should do it in the summertime. I think leave the All-Star game where it is.
Yes.
I honestly, hey man, me personally, everything should be determined by the fans, bro. Give us what we want to see. I don't care. Don't let the coaches have involvement. That'll fix it.
Like the 12 most exciting players in each conference, right, Damo?
The 12 most fan-loved players in each conference.
Right.
So, hey man,
Sengun would have made it. I agree. Sengun would have made it.
let the fans determine who we want to see. That's how I would personally do the All-Star game. Because
That's what I thought the All-Star game was. That's what I thought
I
the All-Star
was
game
for the fans. Yeah,
That's what I thought it was. In fact, they created a weekend, All-Star weekend. It's for the fans. That's what it was for. And it's always been that. So
RJ the God said, is Wizards John Wall an All-Star today?
What's his team's record? I mean, if they're the 1 seed, he All-Star. So what's his record?
Let's say he's the 4 or 5. Let's say he's the 5 seed, the 6 seed, the 6 seed. Let's say they're the 6 seed.
So he's behind Tyrese Maxey. Okay.
Mars,
He's
he's
in.
in.
I still think he gets there. Yeah. He makes it.
Well, Halliburton's making it because the game's in Indiana. So Halliburton makes it. Brunson's a higher seed, so Brunson got to make it.
So look at all
Dame a
of
higher
these dudes.
seed. Dame got to make it. Donovan Mitchell a higher seed. He got to make it. Then you're saying who between him and Maxey? I mean, maybe if you can get in as a reserve in that regard.
Oh, he's not going ahead of none of them dudes. John Wall is. And the
He
question
can make it if he's a 6 seed. He got to be a 1
the question that he's really asking is John Wall better than any of these dudes today? That's the question he's really asking. And no.
Oh, but that's not what the All-Star game should be about. It's about seeding.
No, it's not. It's not.
I mean, we'll see. The thing about it is, it shouldn't. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't get in the All-Star game if your team isn't a high seed. It just means that you shouldn't get a bunch of multiple All-Stars. So I think John Wall can still make it because he's the best player on his team. That's 1 All-Star. John Wall's in the game, definitely.
So chill. You don't believe that John Wall's better than any of these guards on the Eastern Conference All-Star team right now in his prime?
Today, in John Wall's prime, I'm trying to figure out who's coming off because Maxey ain't coming off.
No, I'm saying just better. Just better.
I think he's better. I think he's better than Maxey. John Wall in his prime, I think he's better than Maxey. I'll give you that.
Do you think he's better than Lillard right now?
Yep.
he was better than Lillard back then.
Well, 17 Lillard wasn't Dame yet. He was. That was all-star snub Dame. That's
actually, Ron, you know when I think about it, yeah, he is. I think today he's better than prime John Wall. I'll put him ahead of Damian Lillard today.
Do you have him better than Jaylen Brown right now? I know he's a forward, but do you have him better?
Prime John Wall and Jaylen Brown? No, I don't.
No.
I don't.
Jalen Brunson?
No. The way Jalen Brunson is playing right now, no.
Tyrese Halliburton?
No.
SR Biggs with 2 super chats. He said, y'all doing all this talking about winning. AD dropped 40 and 21 to win a trophy, $500K, and a medal. And the Lakers are 500 and in a position to make a playoff run. He said, I was simply saying that for all we know, that mattered to the players and coaches when they voted him in.
I didn't know AD was the one that people were going to have a problem with. I
don't have a problem with Anthony Davis.
I was certain it was going to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I missed when y'all talked about the All-Star stuff. The All-Star
ticket one Anthony Davis off the roster.
AD was the one being questioned. Yes.
No,
AD and Steph.
Yeah, but we didn't.
I will say, and I said this on the pod. There's no reason why there's not one Sacramento King on here. I will say that. Does De'Aaron or Sabonis should have made it? I don't give a damn who you take off. That's crazy,
Cat, right? Yeah, instead of Cat.
I would definitely say instead of Cat. Sabonis should have made it over Cat, and I see it as a popularity contest, so I see why Steph is there. But if you're going by the standards that are being held in the East, I ain't gonna lie, gang. Steph should have his ass packed up for De'Aaron. Because when you look at it, if people want to use the winning argument, it's either popularity or winning. Because out East, no team because Trae Young, I feel like got snubbed in the East. But out of all
the
those
lowest seed that made it is the 8 seed.
the 8 seed. 8 seed in the East. But in the West, 12 seed. 12. But popularity. I said popularity, and I was told, oh, that's crazy. You know, way it's popularity. These are coaches. There's no reason why De'Aaron Fox didn't make it over Stephen Curry if you're telling me the coaches are voting based off of the criteria they typically vote off of. And if it's not going to be winning, it has to be popularity. There's no a 5 seed Kings team with a guy in Sabonis who has been an MVP candidate top 10 in MVP voting all year in every ladder, not being an all-star is a crime.
Shout out to Cat, man.
Big Ox already know how I feel about Sabonis. So
I'm just glad ain't nobody up here dissing D-Book. I'm glad that his name
complaining about Devin Booker making. I did see on Twitter people complaining about D-Book making it.
D-Book definitely should be an all-star. 100%.
I guess
I guess about Paul George. That's the guy.
I thought Devin Booker was a lock for the All-Star game, but I mean, what do I know?
I was surprised about Paul George.
Chat, I'm running a poll right now. I'm asking you guys, who really should be sitting out in the All-Star game on the West? Should it be Cat? Should it be Anthony Davis? Should it be Steph? Or should it be PG? You guys talk to me. Damo, back to you. On the East, do you have any discrepancies, or do you like how everything's constructed?
Oh no, 100% Tyrese Maxey. Sit his black ass down. Give me Trae Young. There's no reason why the Sixers should have 2 All-Stars. Sit him down somewhere. Trae Young in the East, and out West, a crime that there's no king. I know you asked about the East, but I just want to say that again to reiterate it, because that's wild.
I was surprised about Banchero. It's not that he hasn't been playing at an all-star level. I wasn't sure that this was the year. I thought that maybe another year would go by, and then next year we'd have him on the roster. I was surprised about him.
He shouldn't have made it, but I mean, shout out to Paolo, man. Julius Randle gonna make it somehow. Nice. Even if it's not the real one, we'll get one of them in.
Fellas, it is one more thing that it was announced earlier this week, but we just never seem to talk about it for some reason. I don't know how it hasn't came up. But obviously it's All-Star weekend. You got the All-Star game, you got the dunk contest, you got the skills competition, and you got the 3-point contest. But there's something else in the 3-point contest that's happening. It will separately stand alone. It will be Steph Curry versus Sabrina Ionescu. They will have a face-off, a shootout, whatever you want to call it. The format will be Steph versus Sabrina. In the Starry 3-point contest rules, they'll both get 4 racks with 4 game balls and 1 money ball. The 5th rack will be a special all money ball rack. Steph and Sabrina can decide the spot for this rack. It will be 2 Starry range shots. Also, the shot values, it will be the game balls will be worth 1 point. The money ball will be worth 2 points, and the Starry range will be worth 3 points. Steph will shoot from the NBA line with NBA balls, and Sabrina will shoot from the WNBA line with WNBA balls. How do we feel about this, fellas?
Shout out to Steph, man.
Yes.
This is a lose-lose situation. He's still doing it. Nice. Shout out to him.
Why is it a lose-lose for him, Mars?
He wins. You beat a girl. Nice. You lose. You lost to a girl. What the hell? WNBA better than him. Like, what's the benefit? I mean, the cherries. Nice. But like, there's no benefit for Steph here. He doesn't do anything. So shout out to him for putting on the show for the fans who are just no matter what.
It's like with a lose-lose for both too. Because if Sabrina wins, everybody's gonna be like, oh, well, she shot from the WNBA line. She should have shot.
Hold on right quick. Because Sabrina,
she said she'll shoot from the NBA.
Dropped the tweet. Yeah, she just dropped the tweet today and was like, hold on.
But they can't do that, because if she loses that way, it gives her an out as well. I don't shoot NBA threes, even though she can shoot NBA threes. You know what I'm saying? It's just better to do it this way. That way, everything was even. Steven, she plays where she plays. He plays where he plays. But I think it's a dope event. I just don't. I'm not excited for the commentary and all the other stuff. Like it's no matter what. Like if she wins, she's not gonna get no love. If he wins, he's not gonna get no love. But for the actual basketball enthusiasts, the people that love basketball and not just the nonsense narratives and stuff talking. I'm saying this is a dope event. I'm happy to see it.
Which, by the way, if she does win, the narrative is going to be, she could play in the she could play in the NBA. That's going to happen if she ends up. Yes, I'm trying to tell you.
Is she the best shooter in the WNBA?
She could shoot the long ball, and that's going to be the logic.
Like a 3-point contest last year, like it went viral. But is she the best shooter in the WNBA?
I would say, yeah. She's gonna have some competition next year though, because there's somebody in college right now who really got a flavor. But I would say, yeah.
Can I ask since we speaking about Miss Clark, because I already know who you're talking about, right? You talking about Caitlin Clark, correct?
Yeah.
Do you ask? Well, anybody that watches women's basketball up here, do y'all believe that she will have a tough time adjusting to the WNBA? Or you think she's actually going to be ready to hoop? Her and Angel Reese.
I think she comes in and she fries these chicks in the WNBA. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's coming in because her game is tailor-made for the pro game. How fast she plays, her ability to handle the ball, being a one-on-one player. I think she's going to come in and fry these girls. I do. I don't think she's going to have any problem adjusting. I don't. I think she's going to come in and be great.
Yeah, she's going to come in. The first year, it might be. It's always rough for a rookie in their first year. You're playing a new game, a new team, new city, all of that stuff. She has to prove it to her teammates. She got to prove it to her new coach. She even got to prove it to herself. So the first year is. I'm not going to say she's just going to come out and go crazy the first year, but I think by year 2, year 3, it's going to be much of the same thing. And she's also a little better than Sabrina too. So it's going to look better than Sabrina.
What about Angel Reese?
It's definitely for both of them. Like. First, Angel Reese even more so than Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, I don't think she's fast enough. She got to get quicker. That first step is too slow. I don't think Angel Reese is going to have the same type of success she's had in college.
Ox, is Reese coming out? Is Reese coming out this year?
I'm not sure. I have no idea. I think she should stop. I think she should stop trying to cop a plea about the NIL money. Like she can't. If they love you that much, then you can still get endorsements. You know what I'm saying? I think she's capping on, I get paid too much to leave. Like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You leave when you're ready. But Caitlin Clark, I think it's gonna be the same. Like she got the range, but it's just like how when you go from college to the NBA, they're stronger, faster in the WNBA than they are there too. So it'll probably take her a little time, but I think they'll both be okay.
Also, too, not to hate on Angel, but Angel isn't really a top 5 college player right now. She might not be top 10. I know she won a championship last year, and I know she was the best player on that championship team, but it's a lot of WNBA good talent in college basketball right now. It's just go look at mock drafts and go check out some of these other players. Cameron Brink, we don't talk about her. She's dope.
Cameron Brink is the best player in college basketball.
You see? And you see, so it's like Aaliyah Edwards, Paige. Right now, it's kind of tough for what's her name for.
Wait, does Paige have good drafts? I know she missed a couple years, right, with the injury to her leg.
The ACL. She bounced back. She started off a little slower at the beginning of the season, but she got it together. She getting busy. I always thought that she was a little overhyped. I still think she is a little overhyped, but she's definitely a certified baller. And also talking about Angel, though, I personally think Flagey the best player on LSU. But that's just the style of basketball I like. I like how Flagey plays, though. But I'm excited to see both of them get to the WNBA. Super excited. I think that Caitlin's a little more ready than Angel is.
And respect Peely too. Peely tough. Oh, and the best player in all college sports too is Juju right now. Put some respect on Juju's name. Keeping it pushing though. We got more super chats. Bunch of super chats. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Like the video if you haven't liked the video. Also on playback today, we will be going up Ticket will have his own very own playback today for the first time. Him and Players Choice are collabing around the league. That's the name of it. He said he has narratives to push, and he's going to push them. So y'all know how Ticket do. You know what he's going to do. But this may be a little better than expected because he's able to actually show the proof of what he's talking about. So maybe it'll help his case. Jared Williams said Ticket. Well, he's not here, so appreciate you, Jared. Ruger Red said, what about Lenny Cook?
You're not going to read it?
Said Ticket. Question. Or what are y'all going to answer it? It's for Ticket. Question. Where do you find all this inside information? Half the stuff you say has not been said by players.
They don't say it in public, but behind the scenes, you don't know what's going on. You ain't been in those locker rooms and in between those lines. That's why. But I mean, it's cool. You're welcome. I answered it for you. See, I answered it. Perfect.
Ain't that what an inside source is?
Exactly. Like, you think they're just saying it in public in front of cameras? No, you gotta be in those. You gotta have the respect to the players. Be in those locker rooms between those lines, and I mean, you hear stuff that they wouldn't just say in front of the camera. It's different.
Right.
Ruger Red said, "What about Lenny Cook? He's the real GOAT in the world."
Nice.
Shout out Lenny Cook. Skis Sama said, did Kobe give Mike Brown the death stare and have like 4 different coaches after Phil left in 2011?
Mike Brown, D'Antoni,
Byron Scott, right? That's 3. Byron Scott was there when he retired, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he only had 3 after Phil.
He also had Rudy Tomjanovich too after Phil left the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time. Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes.
Was there an interim at any point? Like, does that count?
I think when Mike Brown didn't Mike Brown get fired? Then there was an interim coach, and then they transitioned from So I think
that interim would probably be the other.
Y'all cooking cold right now.
Someone in the chat. Someone in the chat say who the interim was. They're gonna know. I can't remember.
I just get, as a Laker fan, somebody who grew up watching Kobe, I get sick of people lying about the narrative.
Oh, Bickerstaff.
I remember back in the day, like the conversations had about Kobe. Y'all niggas did not like Kobe back then. I hate how many people are Kobe fans and fanatics now. A lot of y'all did not like Kobe back then. I remember. I was there defending him at them lunch tables. I was there defending him all those times. Y'all niggas hated Kobe Bryant. The narratives being pushed on Kobe were crazy. That nigga had to make.
I don't know, Damo. I'm a hater though. I'm a hater when I say that when he ain't around no more, that I wish he was here to see this, because when he was here, y'all wasn't treating him like this. I was around when that was going on. I was around when he got booed at the All-Star game when he won the MVP in his hometown. He got booed. I was there for that. So the exact thing that Damo's talking about. You dudes, all of y'all talk about y'all love him. No, y'all didn't. No, y'all did not. You did not love him.
Yeah, I hated Kobe until 2012. That's when I found some respect for Kobe, because it was just pure hate. No love at any aspect, no respect. 2012, I finally had some respect for Kobe. Like, all right, put some respect on his name. But I actually started liking Kobe around like 2014. He kind of started growing on me a little bit. But yeah, I for sure hated Kobe, no doubt about it.
That's year 18 in the league. Then you started to
better late than never, man. Better late than never, man.
He started to grow on you, Big Ox.
But look, chill time. It was more so because after when he tore up his shoulder, the Achilles was one thing, but when he tore up his shoulder, and they were saying he really not supposed to be able to lift his arm up over like past this, the 180, the 180 straight. He wasn't supposed to go up to like that. But when he was shooting, I'm like, you can't hate this dude. Like, how can you hate him? And that's what it was. But I mean, yeah, rightfully so, though.
Your Highness Charles with 3 super chats. He said, Chill can never call out his king. Here comes Chill with his narratives. Chill conveniently forgetting him quitting in 2010.
I didn't forget him. I did not forget him quitting in 2010. No, I didn't. I did not forget him quitting in 2010. And I hold him accountable. I just don't hate him as much as you dudes do. That's all. That's all it is.
So hold on, who's more hated, LeBron or Kobe? Let's get down to that.
It was Kobe, but it's LeBron now.
Yeah, it was definitely.
What did he say on Batman? You know, the hero, you stick around long enough, become a villain or something like that.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
It
Peak for
depends
peak
the
hate.
circles you're in.
I'm gonna say peak for peak hate. Bron clears Kobe in terms of hating him. People hated Kobe for majority basketball reasons. A lot of people that was upset about with the Utah stuff. I was there. I heard it. But outside of the Utah stuff, majority of people, Colorado. Colorado. My fault. I said Utah. The Colorado stuff. But majority of people hated Kobe strictly for basketball. People hate LeBron James for his stuff outside of playing basketball, and I don't get it. That man does a commercial in a movie. This is why he ain't. You're not the GOAT. You're too worried about Hollywood. You're going to the Lakers to do movies. Like, no. There's stuff that people hate on Brown for that just don't make sense. I ain't never heard people count the trades for any player in NBA history.
Never heard that.
This man is in the front office of every team he goes to. Like, nah, gang. People hate Brown for stuff I can't even comprehend.
But Kobe's the reason. Kobe's the reason why I don't hate on Bron. Like, that's why I started liking Bron a while ago. I think I started liking Bron when he first got back to Cleveland because I'm like, don't make the same mistake I made with Kobe. Don't just hate this man for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So I start.
You do that for Luka, huh?
Luka hasn't earned that yet.
But when we're in year 12 with Luke, he'll be like, yeah, let me stop hating that. And then I'll just find a new youngster.
Luke got to tear his shoulder in year 12. Oh man, Luke can't lift his arm, but he out here competing. Then Ox is gonna come to him. All right.
When you gonna do that for Joel Embiid, Ox? He's been hurt. Hey, when you gonna do that for Giannis Antetokounmpo? He's been around long enough.
I got love for Giannis. I got love for Giannis. I got love.
When you gonna do that for Steph? My bad.
Just remember though.
That's a little more intimate. My bad. It's a little more closer to home. I'm sorry.
If you have to Damo's point, Damo, if you have the stuff on the court plus what was going on in Colorado, I mean, he was the reason, and this was from the masses. He was the reason why Shaq ain't there no more. He got Shaq traded. Mm-hmm. He's the reason why they're not very good. Then compound that what was going on in Colorado. We didn't even know what happened. We didn't even know what happened, but everybody hated him. And I'm glad somebody else said it, that now this is something that people are recognizing, because it wasn't always like this. Y'all hated the dude. Y'all couldn't stand him.
Reggie Red sent through a super chat and said, not gonna lie, it looks like LBJ tried to set those boys up to fail last night. I could be wrong, but the optics are crazy.
No. See stuff like that.
Prime example.
Reggie Rich is a troll. Hey, Damo, just pass that, Damo, because I know this dude, Reggie Rich. He a troll. Do not, Damo. Don't fall into that trap. He's a straight troll. Don't.
I was actually going to say earlier, I thought that showed good leadership. I thought him backing away from that game allowed them to play and find their own way. I think he was trying to teach them how to fish instead of getting it for him. I like that.
Nah, he was using that to sit back with the front office and be like, all right, whoever played bad this game, that's who we're trading. That's what it was.
Shout out to Greatest. Greatest just became a member. Shout out to Greatest. Your Highness Charles also responded to what we were just saying, and he said, chill, I love LeBron. I just love trolling you more.
Because I know who you are. It is not news who you are. I know exactly who you are.
Yeah, that's the King of England right there.
Rusty Edwards said, how is D Rose a good leader when he sat out the playoffs while healthy and watched his team get washed?
Because he's the youngest MVP ever. What the hell? What kind of question is that? Lock in.
Brian Holiday said, if LeBron believes a team has a chance to win and respects a coach, he's a great leader. Otherwise, he is bad.
Everyone's a great leader when you're winning.
Jay Renrick said, it would be nice if everybody could respond and answer questions without being interrupted. And I guess MJ punching Kerr was great leadership.
Well, they won afterwards, so, I mean, yeah. Now, if they lost, maybe not, but they won.
Reggie Red said, hashtag Key Fob reveal.
Key Fob reveal.
Key Fob reveal. The hell is Key Fob reveal?
You know the key fob that you start your car with?
Ron. Ron,
you must not got a car. You don't got no low, Ron?
I'm not
focus, Ron. Where you at?
Where I'm not at is not on the clutch payroll like YouTube. If I was, I would know what a key fob is.
Ron, are you walking? Are you walking?
Ron still be hot
riding your
wiring.
bike?
Ron still be hot wiring. That's why. Yeah, Ron still be hot wiring.
Ron, that's how you stay in shape. You ride your bike. You ride your bike around the city.
Nah, that's a joke, guys. I'm strolling. You're welcome.
Right. Don't leave your car around me. Almighty Lambo said it's 140 players, not 140 trades. Another lie spoke.
You know how much hate you have to have in your heart to go search how many players were traded while LeBron James is on a roster? Like, do you know how much hate you have to have in your heart to look at those things? Like, that's crazy. Like, never once in my mind has I ever thought, how many trades have happened while this guy was on the team? Like, never have I ever thought about that. Like, you have to have serious disdain for someone to try to do that research.
And to think that that person is actually responsible for all of them, that is nuts to me.
That's just hate. Like, the fact that you even looked it up is the proof of hate. Like, that's crazy.
New member, shout out to Naptown. He's in the building. Appreciate you for joining the party. Welcome. Shout out to all the new members. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. If you haven't became a member, it's nothing better than being able to type in the chat and join the party. This is the best chat in the world. And yes, James B, the chat clears. It's nothing better on this show than the chat. Y'all run the show. Appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do best. Pimp named Slickback said, Mars, our teams are in talks right now of offering 3 of the Nets picks back, plus Jalen Green for Mikal Bridges. I can't wait. Thanks for the lifeline.
It's fake news. It's fake news. Oh, it's fake news. There's no way Houston is that stupid. It's not possible for Houston to be that stupid.
Houston is better today with Mikal Bridges, though, right?
Much better. And I love Jalen Green.
Yeah, sure. I'm fine with that. I'm not arguing against who would be more impactful for the team this year. The ceiling of the Houston Rockets with Mikal Bridges this year is
this season alone.
Yes, is maybe to win in the play-in. Maybe. The long-term ceiling with Mikal Bridges as a 27-year-old with our core doesn't really move the needle. It doesn't really move the needle. Then you'll give him back. Then you'll
young.
Not to mention, but the worst part isn't even the worst part isn't the Jalen Green part. Like, that's just, I don't want to see Jalen Green get traded. Giving back the Nets picks for Mikal Bridges, knowing those Nets picks are going to be high lottery picks, is stupid. Jalen Green, no matter how you feel about him, is a young player in the NBA. 21, drafted number 2 3 years ago. You're then going to give them back 3 picks that are all going to easily be lottery picks because they are going to be tanking for Mikal Bridges. That is stupid. That's just dumb. Especially when after this season, Fred VanVleet has a team option. So who knows if you're keeping him long term? Dylan Brooks' contract is going to keep going down. So who knows if you're going to keep him long term? So you potentially lose Fred VanVleet after next year. Probably have to go get another point guard. Then what? You have Mikal Bridges, Sengun, and Cam Whitmore. Like that, you're not moving the needle enough to give up 4 lottery picks because Jalen Green is still a lottery pick at 21. 3 extra picks. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's no way you think Mikal Bridges is such a valuable player to acquire that you'd be willing to do that. It's just dumb. So I don't think Houston are that dumb, especially considering they just traded for Steven Adams, who isn't even available to play until next season. So I believe Houston have the foresight of this season. We'll try getting the play-in. We'll see what we can do. And then next season, we build and continue. Because otherwise, they would have got a backup big for this year. But they didn't. So I think they understand patience. So that's why I think it's fake news. That Steven Adams trade is why I think it's fake news. Because that doesn't make sense.
Would they ever play them together, Mars? Can Sengun play some power forward?
Yeah. Sengun can play the full. Yeah.
That was a fire move. When I saw them get Steve Adams, I really liked that. I really liked that.
Yeah, I think it's a great move.
He actually would be really good at the 4 for them. And having Steven Adams at the 5, that would definitely work.
I mean, you got the Steven Adams screens for Amen Thompson. Apparently Jalen Green not going to be there, so for Amen Thompson. I mean, yeah, Steven Adams is a hell of a pickup.
Pimp named Slickback said, I love it, Mars. Jalen Green and our picks back. Let's do it. Let's get it done, brother.
Mars is out here.
They're not that incompetent. They're just not.
Maybe one of them back. Maybe Jalen Green and one of them. I mean, but Jalen Green and one of them back.
It's Mr. GQ to you said that super chat was calling out Ticket on his inconsistency for MVP. Shea is his number one now, but last year Jokic was ineligible because of his lack of success in the playoffs. Shea has done nothing in 6 years.
He went to Game 7 against the Houston Rockets in 2020
because of Chris Paul.
No. He was cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Malt Vegas said Boogie Cousins was getting all-star games on the Kings, fellas. The coaches vote for the benches too. LOL.
He was making it. That is true.
What does that prove?
That the
Losing
NBA does care about the Sacramento Kings. That's what it proves.
That too. But yeah, losing players do make the All-Star team, and the Kings got a perennial loser.
Yeah, you can make the All-Star game if you're on a losing team. It's just not you and your teammates, just you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But are
you a losing team if you're 500?
No, you're a 500 team.
Okay, so 500 teams can get 2 All-Stars.
No.
Yo.
No. You're a losing team if you're at the bottom of the conference.
If you're below 500, you're a losing team.
Okay, I see.
You got more losses than wins. You're a losing team.
Yes. Lakers are a neutral team. 2 All-Stars.
Almighty Lambo said, wasn't the voting finished before the Lakers went on this terrible stretch, though? Maybe I'm bugging.
I mean, they've been in the play damn near the whole year. So, them being the 7th seed, I don't think makes much of a difference if they were at the time. But yeah, they got their 2 All-Stars, rightfully so. Shout out to AD and LeBron.
MP13 said, Dotmo, is playing AD and Wood at the same time not viable? I feel like the concept worked sparing times I've seen them on the court together.
I said it worked the moment we signed them. I said I expect those two to be a good combo, and I thought AD would help with the lack of defense a lot of people said Christian Wood had. Not saying that he's the best defender, but from what I've seen from him this year, he's not the worst. Like I knew, he's not the worst defender. He's definitely capable. He's not a cone, and you have AD out there to make up for some things. So I think that combo works, but sadly, I'm not on the coaching staff. So
MP13 said, chill. If Tatum's shot selection and lack of playmaking cost them in the playoffs this year, are you getting off the train? If not, what will it take?
You just want me off the train. That's all it is. Once again, this is about you dudes hating somebody more than I do. That's all it is. Get off this train. He sucks, chill. He doesn't. I might not be able to talk about him like I talk about the best players, but I'm still on it.
MP13 with yet another super chat and said, if it's such a lose-lose, or he said it's such a lose-lose for Steph, I don't know why he did it to himself. I would have just steered clear of this idea. He's gonna get hate either way.
He's just putting on for the game like a superstar should. He's just doing his thing. I'm proud of Steph.
He's doing his thing for the fans, man. I know some superstars who never did a dunk contest because they were scared, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yo, new member, shout out A. Pearson. Appreciate you for coming through, and shout out X. Good looking, X.
I was prepared to go. I remember he said that he was going to be in the dunk contest in Dallas in 2009. I was going to Dallas for that, and then he bounced. And he ended up backing out, so I was out. Because I've been to the All-Star game a couple of times, and this is Zoo. I'm straight. The All-Star game is whack.
Huncho Dre said, Bron had to take Ticket girl. The hate is unreal. Jamaica's Choice said, if Chill is glazing, then Ticket is deglazing. Pimp named Slickback said, was that an English accent? What the F was that?
When Mars, when he was mocking Mars.
John Wick, one game, said participation trophy by Cat being an all-star.
Cat is Cat not worthy of being an all-star this year? Is that what I'm understanding with Cat?
Don't get me.
Don't get me wrong, Mars. I think that Rudy. I thought Rudy should be in the All-Star game, but is Cat not worthy of it? Is he not playing at an All-Star level? If I'm not mistaken, isn't he a double-double this year on the best team in the league or the best team in the Western Conference? He is a double.
I know Rudy's a double-double on that same
Rudy
team.
is a double-double, 100%. And I actually thought it was Rudy, but
Cat's only averaging 9 rebounds. There's only one double-double.
He's not a double-double. Yep,
yeah.
only one double-double.
Only one. Yeah. See, even more proof. Rudy snubbed.
I was surprised. I was surprised when I saw Cat name. I saw a Cat name on it. I was like, wow. All right.
Smokey said, Damo, what's your thoughts on Jackson Hayes learning from AD? Now AD was coaching yesterday, and that boy was throwing bows.
I like Jackson Hayes. I just think because he's one of those guys who is suffering from not getting consistent play time and consistent minutes to basically learn on the job, he's somebody that's going to have some level of development. So it's going to have to be to me, and I don't even think we have him for long term, but it would have to be I would trust him more if we had him for a whole season behind AD, going into another all season behind AD, and then we gave him a solidified role. But this whole yank him in, yank him out pause situation is it's not helping, in my opinion.
Naptown said the Pacers blew that game.
Naptown is Indianapolis, by the way. That's why they call him. He a Pacers fan.
Moving along, and by the way, the Pacers lost last night to the Knicks, 109-105. Jalen Brunson had 40.
Hallie's still on a minutes restriction?
Yeah, he only played 22 last night.
Yeah, he's playing his 20 minutes so that the games count for a 65 game threshold. We can see what's happening. So yeah, he's playing 20 minutes and that's it.
It's Mr. GQ to you said, has Shea won a playoff series yet? You little trolley-woly Mars. P.S. Remember when I cooked you on the IT versus CP3? Clown emoji.
No, I genuinely don't. No, Shea has not won a playoff series yet. He played against better teams. Played against the KD Warriors, and then he played against the Harden and Russell Westbrook, Houston Rockets. So if you expected him to win those series, cool.
I'm really interested to see him in the postseason this year. I'd like to see how he fares.
Jamal said, what are your thoughts about Skylar going to Seattle? Anybody?
Doc's loving that. I peeked my head in on free agency yesterday. What's her name? She's going to Phoenix. She a baller too.
Natasha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to Phoenix. I think she's going to help them.
Natasha going to Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah, she's going to Phoenix. So I think she's going to help them. I'm trying to figure out what Taurasi's still doing. What Taurasi's still doing in the league. It's time to go.
Yeah. I'm trying to see where NECA Rumika is going. I wanted NECA to come to Seattle.
Hey, NECA.
Still want NECA to come to Seattle. That's gonna be fire. It's gonna be a good summer if NECA get to Seattle.
NECA, come on, man. Hey, Skylar just pulled up. NECA, we need you to pull up. We still got the best scorer in the WNBA, Jewel Lloyd.
Facts.
Hey, it's up. It's up. Hey, but shout out to Skylar. We're gonna love you here in the 206. You next to Jewel Lloyd is gonna be primetime TV. Can't wait to check y'all out. Courtside.
Skylar's a baller too. She nice.
Yeah.
She could go. I remember her. She went to Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
That's Notre Dame in the backcourt.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest said, still the GOAT of the chat. Salute Marshall and chill.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
Marshall. Marshall. Marshall.
My government name. Yep.
Okay.
Like Matters.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan, Breezy. Big fan Breezy with the super chat said Cam Thomas is the best scorer from his draft.
He might be, yo.
No, he is. No, I'm not about to listen to Cam Thomas being a better scorer than Jalen Green. No. Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Suggs, France.
Nope.
Evan Mobley.
Nope.
I don't know, Mars.
Most points per game out of that draft class, Jalen Green. Most 30-point games out of that draft class, Jalen Green. Most 40-point games out of that draft class, Jalen Green. It's Jalen Green.
The most consistent minutes out of that draft class, Jalen Green.
He doesn't have the most consistent minutes.
Well, he's got more consistent minutes than Cam Thomas. That's
more than Cam Thomas, sure,
right.
but not the most in the draft class.
Okay, so
Cam Thomas not even a better scorer than Sengun. We got 2 better scorers from that same draft class than Cam Thomas. No.
Respect Franz Wagner.
Yeah, Franz cool. Another one better than Cam Thomas. I'm like, man, Jalen Green the best scorer in that draft class. But if the Nets do have the best scorer from that draft class, what do they need Jalen Green for? Keep Mikal Bridges. They don't need Jalen Green.
Not need him.
Keep him.
Jamaica's Choice with another super chat said Bum Prince needs to be tried for war crimes.
I like.
Hey, Damo, I'm not gonna pull any punches here. I think he got filmed. It has to be something. I think he got. He has to.
I think you guys are hating him.
Blackmail,
Torian Prince been okay for them.
He's been Mars. Okay, I'm not gonna argue that he's been solid at best. 30 minutes a night. 30 minutes a night he plays, Mars.
He wouldn't have if Cam Reddish ain't got hurt.
Torian Prince should be in the role that Ox was talking about for a role player earlier. Situational, depending on the matchup, depending on the lineup. You know, hey, I need you 23 minutes this night. I need you 10 minutes this night. That's what Torian Prince should be. Flip him and Rui. I'll be happy.
And then Rui gonna let you down. You gonna say Rui a bum?
Nope, I'm not gonna say Rui's a bum. I'm not gonna say Rui let me down. You know why? Because when I needed Rui most, Rui showed me last year he could show up. That's all I want. I want all the guys to show me.
It's a new year.
And
this is the year of Torian Green.
No, it is not. I said, you know what? I'm not even about to say anything because going into the season, the things that I knew was wrong with the Lakers this year all came freaking true. So I'm not.
Torian Prince shooting 39% from 3.
What about that defense?
Torian Prince a 3-and-D guy.
Where's the D? Pause.
Yo.
Focus, Damo. Come on, Damo. Stay with me, brother. Focus, Damo.
You better than that, Damo. You better than
Stay
that.
With me, brother.
That was outrageous.
I was too caught up in the conversation. Oh, my bad.
That's what she said.
Yo, we got another cash app.
Compounding the shit, Ox. Oh my God. This is what we got to deal with on the regular, folks. This is what we do around here. Right.
We got another cash chat from Cash App. Mel said, Mars, why is Kobe better than Luka?
What?
Ron, you making up chats. You making up chats, but didn't nobody say that, bro.
At 8:54, Mel sent through $1 super chat.
You don't gotta read that.
Yeah, we don't. $1? Nah, you gotta go.
$1 question.
Nah, we good.
Bars.
Bars. Why is
Kobe better than Luka?
For $1, you're gonna get the answer of 5 rings.
that ends that.
You get what you pay for.
Must be Kobe. Why? I don't know what Kobe you talking about. Call me Kobe Bryant.
Jamaica's Choice said, Torian Princess might be the worst player that averaged 30.
He averages 30 minutes a game because he's that good. You don't average that many minutes if you're a bum. It's not possible.
No, he is not.
Name one person who plays 30 minutes a game who's bad.
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown ain't played 30 minutes a game.
Did he not play 30 minutes a game? What did he play? 27?
He played 30.3 one time.
Hey, and that was one time too many.
Nah, and he averaged a mean 12 and 8. 11 and 7.
I'm about to say 12 and 8. Where? What year was that?
11 and 7. It was his leads in
We're rounding. Oh, we're rounding. All right, buddy.
Oh, sorry for saying 10.9 is 11. My fault.
Hey, man.
I said 7 rebounds. It's really 7.4. I rounded down. So yeah, 10.9 and 7.4.
Kwame wasn't
on a nice 25 win team.
Kwame was all that. All right, bro.
How many wins do the Lakers have right now? 25. So same thing.
If I remember,
AD and Kwame basically the same person.
I mean, if you think about it, I wouldn't like score better and rebound better and play defense. Like, what's the difference really? Oh,
the difference between who?
Kwame Brown and AD.
You're asking the good questions right now, Mars. That's what I want to know.
They were both number 1 picks. They both played in the Lakers, and they both got done dirty by the superstar that was on the team next to them.
What?
Yeah.
Mars is spitting right now, Damo.
You're not about to throw me. I see through it. I read between the lines. You're not about to get me.
I do like how you waited for Friday to really get all your trolls out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
You should see him on playback.
Playback's not trolling. Playback is just we're watching the games. That's fine, but we can't do it tonight because we got a ticket on playback. So ticket gonna get to the facts today.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to watch that.
You guys will be on after ticket though, right?
We are watching the Houston.
Oh, watching the Houston, Toronto.
I'm not Houston and Toronto.
Yeah.
Eric Dampier too, Mars, and Dub, Dub gonna bring some fries, and ain't nobody else in here hungry, huh, Dub? Just you. You the only one in here hungry, Dub?
No. Damn that.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Go get a bite.
I'm looking at chat, and yet again, somebody else coming here.
I expect it from Damo, not you,
Chilltown. Now, one thing being said about this man eating, God forbid I take one bite of anything and I'm ruining it.
Here we go.
Why are you even talking about? If you could have wait. Watch this, Mars.
In New Orleans.
Watch this, Mars.
What are they gonna say? Like, what are we talking
about? Of course.
To try to glaze. He don't even know what I'm talking about.
Of course, he got to say something when food's involved. He's just gonna mind his own business. He got to say something when food's involved, man. Oh man. Here, Chill. I got some barbecue sauce. Open your mouth.
You hear the silence?
Oh, that's crazy. That's OG.
He complaining. Go ahead. Go have some.
Like this dude. This dude right here. Space sleeper hole, dog.
Yo, we got some games tonight, so I want to go ahead and ask some predictions. This first one is quite obvious, but I'm still gonna ask anyways. Does anybody have the Heat losing to the Wizards?
If we lose to the Wizards,
Marvin Bagley is going to.
If we lose to the Wizards, ticket is 1,000% right about Miami. I don't care.
Marvin Bagley.
That's where I'm at.
They need to give Marvin Bagley his minutes, man. I don't know what's going on. They hating.
Oh, how that L chase last night? Like the being my behind.
That wasn't last night. That was Wednesday.
Oh, today's Friday. My bad. Wednesday night. How that L chase?
Not good.
All right. Yeah. I seen you depressed over there. That's what you get.
We just eating with food. We're talking with food in our mouth.
Yo,
that's what we doing. We're not just eating.
Why you still talking about food, man? Dang, you just
talking with your mouth full.
Because I don't worry about what's in my mouth.
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
Don't worry about what's in my mouth, sir. Don't worry about what's in my mouth, sir.
Relax,
Ron, focus, Ron. Get back, focus, Ron. And since we're on the subject of games, I'm going to say this loud, and Ron, put me on the big screen really quickly because I want to look into this camera. The Boston Celtics, you guys are not good enough to show up. You aren't. You are not good enough to think that you can just out-talent people. You are not good enough to do that. Last night is evidence of that. Every night that you guys play, you have to play like everybody's best player is available. Because you guys are not good enough to just show up and rock. You don't have that in you. And last night was evidence of that. That team out-physicaled you. That team out-efforted you. That team out-rebounded you. That team out-defended you. They did everything that you were supposed to do to them, which you thought you were going to do, but you didn't because you just showed up. They didn't show up. There's nothing worse than being in a dogfight and not realizing that you're in a dogfight until it's too late. And that's what happened to you dudes last night because you think that you could just show up, and you are not good enough to just show up. Let this be a lesson to you guys in the future. If you are going to compete for an NBA championship, champions do not just show up. Champions are ready every night. You guys weren't ready last night, and you got your ass kicked because of it.
Ironically, the one person that's there that's been showing up that hasn't been to the finals is Kristaps Porzingis. Shout out to him. I like what he's a dog.
Back to these games. We also have the Clippers playing against the Pistons. Does anybody have the audacity to say that the Pistons were there with this game?
Over or under of James Wiseman's seconds? 1
seconds or minutes? Not
seconds.
Minutes,
seconds. Yes, over or under at 1 second. No, over or under 0.5 seconds.
That means he's not playing. They beat
I got
Oklahoma
the
City.
Pistons, man.
I think
I
I'll
got the
pick the
Pistons
over,
tonight.
Mars. I'll pick the over.
Yeah, this game might be a 40-point blowout. Maybe James Wiseman does get some minutes. I'm just saying it's possible.
Nah, I tell you, Monty Williams thinking like, oh, you know, the Clippers struggle against some big lineups, so let's pull James Wiseman out there to see what he can do. I promise you.
I seen apparently the Pistons were going to trade Killian Hayes, and Monty Williams said nah.
Chill. Imagine
that's true. Then he's
chill.
the
Imagine
worst coach in the league.
Imagine averaging 20, 13, and 8. Imagine averaging 20, 13, and 8.
Mm-hmm.
First, just imagine that.
That's the bonus.
Doing that 20, 13, and 8. And then imagine averaging 20, 13, and 8, being in the 5th seed, and not making the All-Star game.
That's a bonus.
You got him over Cat?
I got him over everybody.
Oh, okay. Chill. You think Sabonis should have been on a Cat spot?
Yeah, he should have been an All-Star. I actually think Rudy should have been in Cat spot, but Sabonis should have been an All-Star. He should have been.
Hey, he can stay home.
Yeah, AD the one that shouldn't have made the All-Star game.
There's no way.
Oh, there were lengthy discussions about it. So
no way.
There is way.
I don't think that. But
Lieben Ahmad said, chilling Damo, hyping it up just so he can get cooked crazy. Damo saying he's better than Giannis. Got to be the worst take I've heard.
What's this about?
Who's better? You're better than Giannis?
Jason Tatum.
Well, you said JT's better than Giannis?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I'm gonna lie. I might need to like. I'm gonna watch the Boston Celtics more because maybe I just catch Jayson Tatum on off nights. Maybe that's what it is. Because the Jayson Tatum other people be seeing.
I don't know what the hell y'all see. I'm not going. You must catch him on every good night because I don't.
Yeah, I must only watch Jayson Tatum when he doesn't feel like hooping. So yeah, maybe I need to just watch every Boston Celtics game.
Last night he just showed up, Mars. Last night he just showed up.
He wasn't like
that seems to happen a lot when I go watch the Celtics.
Last night he just showed up, and him and the rest of them dudes, they just showed up. And the idea that they're pawning it off is just a bad night. I ain't buying that.
How do y'all feel about
teams don't show up? They don't just show up.
How you feel about KP being the most important player on that crew?
All right, cool. Okay. The super chats.
I'm just asking. I'm not even saying that's my take.
I'm not gonna lie. Derek White and KP might have more impact than Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
What?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. They're
moving me.
They might have.
So are you doing it all wrong?
It doesn't make sense because the reason why Derek White, especially Derek White, the reason why his impact is so glaringly obvious is because of guys like Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown next.
That's why you able to do what you do
to be that impactful. You can't be more impactful than someone else when the reason you're able to be that impactful is because of the better people doing the things they do. Like, that doesn't make sense. Kristaps Porzingis over Jaylen Brown. I may be with you on that one, but Derek White. He's not over Jayson Tatum.
I remember I had an argument with Shaq and Dell about that. I said the same thing Mark said. Yeah, I was wrong.
KP over Jaylen Brown, I'm fine with. Jayson Tatum is clearly the most impactful player on that team. And we can just...
How about important?
Every time I watch the Celtics play,
same thing, though.
In a big game that matters, I see Derek White balling.
I'll take Derek White over Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
But not JT.
Tatum over Giannis.
I agree with them too. Tatum over Giannis.
I was just asking the question. I have no stake in this at all.
Back to it though, y'all. I got a couple more games for you guys. From tonight, let me see who we got. We got the Kings and the Pacers. Who you guys taking?
Kings and the Pacers.
The Kings,
the Pacers. They actually have an all-star, so I'm taking the Pacers.
For some reason, I want to say the Pacers because I think the Pacers at home, but they're off of back-to-back and traveling. So I don't see how that's going to match up good for them. But on the counter to that, no, there is no counter. If I had a bet, I'll say the Kings.
Well, Sacramento, they've been in Indiana. They've been off since Wednesday after they played Miami. So I think they should handle Indiana tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, the Kings winning.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Next game I got for y'all is the Magic and the Timberwolves.
Jonathan Isaac at least 20 minutes.
Magic and the Timberwolves, they smoked them.
Yeah,
Minnesota smokes them.
The Magic smoked them. Yeah.
Minnesota smokes them. Just like they smoked them in Orlando. They're gonna smoke them again tonight in Minnesota.
Jonathan Isaac will have a positive plus minus.
Mm-hmm.
So Jonathan Isaac will win the game.
Minnesota plus 10.
Jonathan Isaac plus 4.
We're about to see two of the best defenders in the NBA touch the court together, and it's going to be great. I can't wait to see J Mac and Jonathan Isaac on the court together. It's going to be great.
The Timberwolves should cook them. The
Timberwolves are going to win. Yeah, the Timberwolves are going to win.
I'm thinking the Magic.
Isaac or Jaden McDaniels? Jonathan Isaac. Sorry. Go ahead.
The game we'll be watching on playback tonight. Raptors and Rockets. Who we take?
Houston at home, coming off a bad loss to the Pelicans.
Rockets winning.
Although Jalen Green and trade talks, so confidence already going to be down again. So
he's got to prove himself.
Nah. He may play bad due to trade talks. I don't know how he's going to react to that. Sengun bounce back game. We're going to make threes tonight. Yeah, we win by like 12-15. It's going to be a little nice one.
Toronto should win tonight. I mean, not Toronto. Houston. Houston's winning tonight. Okay.
Last question from the Take Gaming. He said, what team will sign Tony Snell? Will Tony Snell get signed today so he can get those family benefits?
I mean, is Torian Prince really better than Tony Snell?
And
I can't ask that question.
Rui just went down, so that might happen. Yeah.
Is Torian Prince really better than Tony Snell?
Vando just went down, so
wasn't Tony Snell like 50-50, 100 last time he was in the league? I remember like everyone was going crazy. Like Tony Snell
we're not doing that.
Fellas,
let me pull out Tony Snell percentages.
We do gotta leave, but y'all be sure to tap in to Open Gym right after this. And also, we still got playbacks going on all weekend. Chill with Chill tomorrow morning. Y'all know what time to catch him. And be sure to tap into Playback TV right after this.
What is he about to do?
He's talking about why LeBron's a bad leader today.
He's gonna show videos.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have articles of LeBron being a bad leader or videos of I don't know body language.
That's so funny.
Or him quitting in the playoffs or something. I don't know.
Y'all like the video on the way out?
Wait, he's not doing it after Open Gym. He's doing it during Open Gym.
Half an hour bbefore Open Gym ends. So we're gonna lose all our viewers at once.
Nah, that's we might. You want to end a half an hour early, sir?
Why don't we just